Huh?
Alright, yeah. Mic check 1, 2. Yeah.
Good. Good.
Mic check 1, 2. Yeah. Check again. Yeah. Alright. And I go.
Yes, good afternoon from the Brikama Box Barmini Stadium. Today is a D-Day in the West Coast Zonals final. Of course, the debutant Tujereng have already made their way to the final for the first time participating in the Zonal final. One of their seniors, Lamin, one would say, have been participating in the championship for a while now. And then this season, this is an opportunity for them as well. But before we do anything, we will allow Lamin Jara, who is also a senior, of course, media officer for this particular zone here, and then to take us through before we allow Ibrahim, our coach for Sibano, to also have his say. Lamin Jara, welcome to today's final.
Thank you very much. On New Year's Day, like we said, it has become a tradition now for the last 5 years, and this year is no exception. But what makes it very interesting is this year is getting bigger and it's getting better. You know, 13 zones have come for the first time, and build up the preparation before we reach here, you know, what have been massive, have been huge. For far too long, we have been crying about sponsorship and helps. Child Fund have been ever present from the onset. They have just been helping and they have been great. And this time around, you know, the Brikama Area Council, under the tutelage of Yankuba Dabo, Honorable, came in and said, look, I think, this West Coast Zonals Committee is doing something that should have been done by the Brikama Area Council. Now that they have gone this far, now that they have gone for 5 years and nobody has come in, we are going to take ownership, and exactly that's what they have done. That's why if you look at it, the place is so colorful. Everybody is decked out in their asomis. The two teams, the two finalists have been giving their jerseys. We have huge trophies and medals that will be given. So across the tournament, it has been great, it has been brilliant. Although at one point in time, you know, many would tell you we have faced obstacles that we have never encountered. Well, as time went on, the management was able to sort it out, and today we are here to expect another great final between two great zones.
Yes, very well. Thank you so much. That is Lamin Jara, the sports writer. Coach Ibrahim, you have been the coach for Sibano, and then you have moved your way now to the second division. What do you think, what significance do you attach such a competition to this particular West Coast players that are based in West Coast here, to their development, so that West Coast can also have very good teams and very good representation in the national level?
Yeah, I think it's very massive, honestly. Looking at the West Coast Zonal has played a key role in uplifting football in the region, definitely. And Ceremonial United per se has contributed, has also benefited from the West Coast Zonal. So for the past 2 years, Fonya has been winning the Zonal, and you know that has transited to the third division, Ceremonial United, and getting into the second division. I think West Coast is definitely massive. This is massive, honestly.
Yes, Lamin Jara, coming back to you, Tujereng, this is their first year. They have made their way all the way to the final, and then playing and then scoring against them is always been a very, very difficult job for all the teams that they have played against, except one, Gunju, that came in a South Derby. I stand to be corrected there. And then, are you foreseeing Tujereng upsetting Lamin here, or are you seeing Lamin going home with the victory here? Because we have also seen Lamin putting up a very, very strong performance here in their semi-final game, that they outplayed their opponents and also went on to win them by 2-0. We have also Tujereng have been pulling surprise since the start of the tournament and then coming into the final day. Which of the sides here are you foreseeing going home, or what is your expectation?
Yeah, I think this is going to be on a knife's edge. You look at it, it's delicately poised. you know, the two teams have just shown us that they are not here to make numbers. They've done something that no other zone has done. That is why they are here. For the past 2 years, it has been, phony. And of course, Ibrahima, I feel in one point in time, will tell us how does it feel or what does a coach requires at this stage to make sure that you win. Because up to this point, he is the most successful, manager this competition have ever seen. But again, coming back to the two teams, you look at Tujereng, yes. They are debutants, yes. They have done something that nobody have done, yes. And also, you know, the most difficult thing in this tournament is to score against Tujereng. Because when they came in, you know, they had played for 426 minutes before they conceded, you know, a goal in this tournament. And that was the 1-1 draw in the semi-final in the first game against Gunjur. But when they came back in the replay, you know, they won it by 2-0 hands down. And one thing I like about them is, yes, you look at the team, they might be debutants, they might be new, but on average, they are the oldest team in this tournament. You look at their players, the average age across all other 12 zones, Tujereng have the oldest team in this tournament. So don't forget about that. Experience matters. Probably this is why they are there. Because when you look at their games, they did something that nobody has done. In this tournament, I cannot remember the last time a team won with 10 men. And Tujereng have done that on 2 occasions. It's about, can Lamin now make sure that Tujereng are beaten for the first time? When you look at Lamin, they have been fantastic. Over the years, they have fallen short. Last year, they came in the semi-final and they lost. But they have a manager who can learn from Ibrahima Kamara and go on and win. So, at this point in time, I could remember in the 3rd edition, when Fonyi played Gunjur, I said Gunjur are going to win it by 1-0. And that did not happen. From experience, you know, I'm going to be very, very bold at this point to say who is going to win this. It's on the knife's edge.
Yes, very well. Coach, you are the most successful coach when it comes to West Coast Zonal Championship. And then, what do you think both coaches can try to employ in this particular game to at least go home with the victory here, as you were doing when you were there?
What I can say is let them forget about what they did in the past. The final is a different game, and West Coast final is definitely a lot of pressure, and the players feel it, and the technical side feel it. But the coolest manager, the coolest coach, is going to carry the day, obviously. You know, it's going to be very, very tight margin. It's going to be a very tight game, and it's going to be a little margin of error that is going to cost the team. And I'm not seeing a replay for sure, but I'm sure there's going to be a winner at the end of the day. I did not watch Tujereng play, unfortunately. I saw Lamin play. I think Lamin has all it takes to be the champions, and I believe Tujereng, looking at what they did during the round, coming to the final, I think they definitely also deserve to win. But the final is a different thing. The final is a different game. So, you know, it has a lot of things involved. The pressure mount, everybody is watching you. It's going to be very difficult. Yes, but the coolest guy, the coolest team in the game is going to carry the day. And equally, the last 10 minutes of the game is going to decide who is the winner.
Thank you so much, Coach. Lamin, you have had the coach as the coolest team and also the coolest manager. And of course, one of the clinical sides here, the most clinical side, will go home with the trophy. What are you foreseeing that can decide this particular game for one team to go home with the victory? Because the coach said the slighted margin can decide this particular game for one of the sides.
Well, if the most experienced manager in zonal history tells you that it's going to be tiny margins, you know it's going to be tiny margins. We have not come here in any zonals and find that a team runs 2-0, 3-0. No, it has been 1-0, it has been penalty shootout. So those margins, those millimeters, they matter in this. And like he put it, the coolest man is going to win this. You know, but again, you look at what the two teams have done. It will not be the end of the world if there is a draw and we go for a replay. Remember, when there is a draw, it's going to be a replay. Well, again, like I said, Tujereng have scored in every game. In every game, they have scored. And also, they have kept clean sheets in almost 6 of the 7 games they have played. Lamin have only conceded twice. Both of them have beaten Fonyi. And for the first time since 2023, we are here into a final without Fonyi. So it's about, you know, they know what it takes to beat a champion. So therefore, those millimeters, those margins matter. Like I said, it's going to be very difficult looking at what the two teams have done to decide this.
Yes, okay. Discipline-wise, what would you advise spectators that are here, because sometimes games, when they have seen that they perhaps feel the referee is against them, which is always not the right. Sometimes you feel bad, but these days you always very right. What advice can you give to the supporters who will be watching, and also who are here in regards to who are here to making sure that they give those maximum support to their fans? This is your advice to them.
Yeah, it could be Lamin, it could be Tujereng. Whoever comes here to play the final, you are a winner. Obviously, you are a winner. You did something that nobody did. That's why you are here. So at the end of the day, whoever wins, feel that, look, held your head high, that it's a game that you've lost. Come back stronger and come again and win again. So it's all possible. So all the fans that are watching and that are here, it's very important that you keep your cool, support your team, and understand that it's a game. It's a win and lose. So if you lose, if you're on the losing side, accept it and congratulate the winner. And there we go. It's all West Coast. It's our West Coast. We want to promote football, and that's what we are doing. Yes.
Very well. Okay, Lamin Jara, for your last part here, I mean, the committee has already expended a lot in this finals here, also, the entire tournament here. So what advice would you have also give to especially the coaches that are here, and also the players who are involved, and equally the fans who are behind these two teams?
Yeah, this is not the end of the world. One team is going to win this. We have been talking about the two teams and what they have done. But at the end of the day, one team is going to go home with this. But there is no loser. In the presentation ceremony, you were there when the Honorable Yankuba Dabo himself said it. The biggest winners today is going to be West Coast. And this is what we need to understand. Kickoff is imminent.
Yes, very well. Thank you so much, Coach, for having this analysis with us. And Lamin Jara, also thank you so much. So those who are watching us on LS TV Live, we are now going to bring you the live ball-to-ball commentary shortly with Pafati, and myself will also be there. And host of other journalists will also be there to give us those supporting analysis into the game. Thank you so much, Coach Ibrahima, for coming. Lamin Jara, then we will now head to the starting lineup there.
Nga fo mole alna juna e manna Buena. Loja. Abandale, don't worry. Ni sali wiata. Abandale. All right. Thank you very much. On Thursday, the 1st of January 2026, 5 years on, it's always the fixture. And of course, for the first time in this tournament, two fantastic teams will come in and battle it out for silverware. But it's bigger than that. And I'm sure with the look of things we are set here in the sunshine. Sally, here in the sunshine. The first outing, the first game that the Box Bar is going to host in 2026. I said this time without numbers. We have 12 days in the year. Count today out, you have 365 days. But this game is the biggest game in the land, and we're here to grace it one more time.
Yes, you're very right, Comrade Chara. Of course, been saying so. It's the biggest game of the land, to be precise, especially the land of West Coast. The West Coast. 2026, to be remembered in the history books of the zonal competition. And the streets of West Coast will surely tell their great grandchildren it was Lamin and Tujereng, the debutants in this competition. You told me early on they were invited, and they received the invitation with all heart. That yes, we received an invitation from the Council of Elders to compete, but not to participate only, but to compete at the highest order. You have a story to tell between Lamin and Tujereng, unbeaten, and that is why they are here today.
To be in the final, of course, you have to do something that nobody else has done before. And Tujereng, never mind invitation. They're not thinking about invitation now. They want to go and sleep in paradise tomorrow and party all night. And you can see that. And that is a moment. And Saliu, for the first time in 5 years, the Brikama Area Council, under the leadership of Mr. Honorable Yankuba Dabo, have made sure that this becomes the greatest final in 5.
Yes, indeed. Historic moment. Of course, Brikama Area Council supporting community football. It was 1 in a million. Child phone as well. The Council of Elders who have been with these zonal committee since the onset data, that is of course child phone. And now Brikama Area Council taking ownership what belongs to them. That is of course the West Coast Zonal. This is made in heaven for the sports committee, Tara.
Well, I brand this final as truly, of course, the first final of the modern age. You look at it for the first time, since 2023, we are into this final and there is no phony. And for the first time ever, there is this final and it is Lamin, Ogunjun. And now, signed the silky silverware. Fantastic.
Well, and the citizens of Tujereng or Lamin will tell you, we are the first to leave that trophy, in which the Brikama Area Council was married with of course child phone. The first, look at the signing trophies and look at those winning trophies. They look 15, Jara. On their faces, they look 15.
Yeah, and of course, the trophies look 15. And you know what? It's red versus blue. We have seen this in world football time without numbers.
Absolutely.
You know, it's white versus blue again, if you like.
Yeah.
Now, the two teams that have conceded the fewest goals. One of the teams that have scored in every game that it has played.
Wow.
One of the teams that have played more games than any other team in the zonals.
Tujereng.
And that is Tujereng.
Absolutely.
Against the team that came from 2-0 down against the champions Fonyi. And won it on penalty shootout. And of course,
it means if you want to be the champion, you have to beat the champion, and the champions are beaten.
the champions were beaten by Lamin, the champions were beaten by Tujereng. So whatever the case, whatever the story, whosoever wins this,
For the first time.
that statement is already correct.
And you told us something about Tujereng. With a man down, away from home, far away. And they were victorious on that fateful evening.
Look, Salu, I have been in this tournament since the first day the ball was kicked. The ball at the Marakisa football field, I could remember it was Brikama against Central too.
Yeah.
And Brikama won it by a goal to nil. And of course it was Lamin who scored the first goal of this tournament.
Sure.
But never had a team won a game in this tournament with a man down. But Tujereng have not only done it once, they've done it twice.
Yeah.
So that tells you that they are here for a reason. And now the ceremony proper is about to start. And Sakoma, welcome.
The capacity builders.
Yeah, and
The capacity building. Well, of course, on a day like this, they will tell you, do not steal, do not lie.
job wreck.
Job break.
And that's why we are here, job wreck. And the source of every motion is greater than the motion itself.
Yes.
This is possible because of the man on that blue cap. There are a lot of blue caps out there. But of course,
The most important blue cap.
yeah, you look at him. You look at him, he can tell you. The story is written all over, all by
Sakoma will be
itself.
wearing a blue cap, but it doesn't matter on this day for now.
Yeah, it doesn't. He's on red. Don't worry.
But Lamin, last time, but not this stage. I mean, semi-finalists. Not this stage in the semi-final. And here now in the final.
Well, the ceremony itself and the Council of Elders, like Sally will always say, will be led by Honorable Yankuba Dabo, because the chairman of the Brikama Area Council. And like we said, each and every one of us today is very proud to be part of this. For the past 1 week, you've been putting on a shirt with the words Brikama Area Council or BAC right in front.
Like a walking billboard. It is more of like that, actually.
Absolutely. And of course, the president of the LRR RFA is also present. So people have come all the way from LRR to come grace this occasion. Mr. Abdul Karim C, because of the secondary school sports.
Yes. And you're seeing Mr. Karim Polas for life. And of course, the council of the head coach of Sibanur United. That is, of course, Peter, the man with the Bluetooth.
And he is smiling. And now the referees.
Now as well.
The referees by Honorable Yankuba Dabo. At the beginning, listen to yourself. You wouldn't probably hear him speak when you was invested in this. The giant, of course, the medals. Their judges. Yeah, that is for you. Minutes of Zonal.
What is it?
And thank you very much. Badabo. This morning he said something. And that is something that Mr. Job and everybody who Now, we've been playing for 5 years. Something like this has never happened. And the story will be told in generations to come. Mr. Job, who's winning it for a reason. Who's home. He's taking it home for a reason. But of course, it's all brought to us by the Honorable who is about to take this kick for the new format or the golden age of the West Coast Zonal Championship.
Yeah, it's been so but then again, very cool.
I'm not going to observe enough.
We've never had $500,000. We've had it, and about the money. It's about the commitment made. That for far too long we've struggled, but going forward we are not alone. So for me that is what is more important. From 2026 going forward we have a partner. So we become an area council. I mean, we are just grateful. Very grateful.
And you know what? There is nothing bigger. Get bigger, better and better. Please, at the main public, we stand up. Hello. Hello, Tujereng fans.
They are very high. They are not coming the back.
Yes, at the
Football field is allowed.
After the 3. Enough.
Look at the fans there, sportsmanship at the highest order.
Yeah, this is what has brought us together for 5 years. And this is why it's the best coach. I said time, you have won the right. This is the biggest game in the country.
Security. Ladies and gentlemen, before this Saturday, the 4th of January, 2026, witness Tujereng versus Lamin.
And of course,
I want to say this, others are wearing the cap of a replay.
Well, salute among the dignitaries, we also have Mr. Sekou Sanyang, the chairman of the West Coast Sports Committee.
Great man.
At one point in time, they were involved in this tournament.
Yeah.
And it caused a lot of higgy around. But one thing I keep on saying is, We faced obstacles that have never been encountered, but the experts were able to march through it with their heads held high. And now we are good to go, and Big Sam himself is around. He has been touring the length and the breadth of West Coast throughout the week to make sure this crowd is here. Okay, after the kickoff, I am told that, of course, we will observe 1 minute for he was the president of the West Coast Region Referees Association. May he rest in perfect peace. Alias Lalas. Now kickoff is imminent. And the moment that we have been waiting for. Yankuba, Honorable. Well, 2020, the West Coast Zonal is officially on. And now,
Have you seen that?
I have seen that. And it's set for the scripts. It's going to be written.
Then we leave it at that.
We leave it at that because the story will be told for generations to come. And now we are going to observe 1 minute silence for the late Keba Bojang Lalas. Like I said, up to his demise, he was the president of the West Coast Region Referee Association. So 1 minute silence will be observed. Well, for Tujereng, we have before we want to have 1 minute silence. Remember, there will be individual prizes that will be going to each and every deserved winner. A belter was caught in this tournament, and he's going to go home. Hello, 1 minute silence, please. Can you help us? Can you help us? Well, that was 1 minute silence for the late Keba Bojang, and may Allah, who has the of our cause, guide his sin. Now kick off is imminent. And for Tujereng, number 16 is goalkeeper Sarani Jambi. Number 5 is Omar Sar. Mamadou Sow, number 18. Lamin Jadama, number 19. Mohamed Kaza, number 2. Lamin Marena, number 14. Ibrahim Asambu, number 17. Yankuba Mane, number 10. Musa Kamara, number 9. And Mojang Karunka Suso, number 16. Lali Kande, number 4. Number 4, Abubakar Jaju. Number 20, Mohamed Noor. Number 12, Modlamin Fadera. Number 10, Babukar Sar. Number 6, Famara Jiba. Number 18, Bakari Jata. Number 5, the captain, Musa Bojang. Ibrahima Fati, number 11. And number 7 is John Siga. And LFTV will be live for whosoever is watching this, wherever you are, be watching.
Lamin Jara. I began voices up. Hello, good afternoon from the Boxbar Mini Stadium, wherever you will be getting our voices and signals. You must come to the theater. This is 2025-26 West Coast. In blue and white socks, blue socks, or white socks and blue socks, in the name of Tujereng, against the traveling boys of Lamin, who are dressed in white and red shorts, and of course white socks. And Tujereng, under the guidance of Omar Jabang and Osman Marina, is under the guidance of Omar Jadama and Osman Marina. Lamin is under the guidance of Suleiman Baji Alassana Gassama. And the ground at the Boxbar Mini Stadium is all set for this huge class. Who is winning, it remains to be seen. Tujereng currently playing from our left to right, dressed in white and blue shorts, or blue and white socks, blue socks, and playing from the democracy end of the Boxbar Mini Stadium towards the police line. And white Lamin dressed in white and red shorts, and of course white socks, playing from our right to left. And Tujereng, under the guidance of Omar Jabang and Osman Marina, has started this game with Sarani Jame in goal. Omar Sar, Momodu Sow, Lamin Jadama, Mohamed Jata, Lamin Marina, Musa Marina, Ibrahim Sambu, Yankuba Mane, Musa Kamara, and Momodu Bojang completes the 11 for the boys in white and blue. Tujereng, of course, Tujereng, the debutants playing in the competition for the very first time, and for the very first time of asking, are able to advance to the final, and now taking on Lamin, a side that lost in the semi-final against Bluefoot last season. And Lamin has started this game under the guidance of Suleiman Baji and Alassana Gassama. And Karunka Suso is in goal. Lali Kande, Abubakar Jajo, Mohamed Ndour, Mon Lamin Fadera, Abubakar Sar, Famara Jiba, Bakari Jata, Musa Bojang, and this time around, the flag of the assistant referee has already gone up one offside. And it's a goal, but unfortunately ruled by the flag of the assistant referee. What a start for Tujereng. Sekirat Kujabi, already a goal, but the ball has been ruled out by the flag of the assistant.
Coming from competition in at the far end of the pitch. Jara have been a very great ball into the area, but then, amazingly, the striker has his head on the ball, but unfortunately at the wrong end at the time, as he was in an offside position and the goal was ruled out. And that goal was ruled out for an offside. That goal was ruled out for an offside. It was a great build-up. It was a very, very great build-up. A quick transition from the Lamin end, and then a great ball into the area. But unfortunately, the striker was caught in an offside position, to be ruled out, and Lamin would be the most happiest team on that occasion. If not by now, they are on a goal down. But then
Tujereng comes into this game with a clear intent that they are not coming here to sit and wait on the experience of Lamin, who have been in this competition for quite since the inception of this great competition. But then in their debut season, Tujereng have shown great desire that they are here to clean the trophy. And if Lamin don't play with extra care,
it's an opportunity for Lamin and player Rasul, central referee. Not the least interested as he waved in for a play on, and central referee is Jibusar, who is ably and reliably assisted by Bekai Bojang. Jarai Silla and Hassan Jaji is of course serving as the court assistant referee. Yusuf Wajah is the referee assessed from the Box Bar Mini Stadium in Brikama, live on LSTV at the commentary cabin. Parliament Fati Sesidat Kujabi, Kemo Kanyi, and behind camera operations is Osman Kamara and our team of camera operators. Few minutes into the contest, Tujereng nil, Lamin nil is the current score. Of course, a bright start for the side dressed in blue and white shirts. Of course, Tujereng has just taken the lead, but already their goal is been cancelled out for an offside. Of course, that was definitely called out for or ruled out for an offside. That would have been a great beginning for the boys from Tujereng, as they will surely begin this year's journey. In the journey of the 2025-26 West Coast Zonal Final, a clash against Lamin, and it is lively and entertaining. Of course, a huge turnout at the Box Bar Mini Stadium once again. Kemo Kanyi, the turnout definitely fantastic, and already we have seen a goal coming from Tujereng, but unfortunately ruled out for an offside.
Yeah, that would have been a brilliant start for Tujereng, and then we have seen them doing what is necessary here for them to get themselves a first goal here. You can see their football is very macho. Whenever they are moving forward, they try to make it so that they do well with the final balls there. And then we have seen their number 9 already doing that for his side here, and then he almost put his side to the lead here, but that was an offside. He was in an offside position, and then he was penalized for an offside already, scoring the goal in the first 5 minutes here. But Lamin also, we have seen that since then responding to the threat that their opponents are currently, piling on them. But let's see what happens here. But Tujereng is a very, very good side, as we have earlier mentioned in the analysis, pre-match analysis. They have scored in every single game that they have played, and then beating one of the best sides here, and then beating, in fact, the Gunjur side here by 2-0 in the replay of the semi-final fixture. Remember, in the first semi-final that they have played in, they were a man down just after half-time break, and then they conceded the goal. Then thereafter they fight, and then in the final moments they get themselves to a leveler, and then it has to force the game to a replay where they won rather by 2-0. Lamin also have won here by 2-0 against their opponent in the semi-final fixture. So these are two sides who have won their semi-final fixtures by 2-0 margin here. So the two best sides are currently meeting here, and then the turnout, as always, West Coast, it is never disappointing. You will see the turnout has been very, very massive. Fans traveling from Lamin, and then those travel from Tujereng, and also the neutrals in the West Coast here have come out in their large numbers to see what this particular fixture will give them.
Thank you very much, Kemo Kanyi. Earlier on, Seshidat Kujabi. Lamin on the attack, beautifully caught out by Tujereng deep in their own half, and it's going to be a throw-in, signaled by the assistant referee. And Tujereng, dressed in blue and white shirts, and blue socks, playing from the police line end of the Box Bar Mini Stadium towards the Democracy end. White Lamin dressed in red and white shirts, playing from our left to right. And of course from the Democracy end of the Box Bar Mini Stadium towards the police line. And one thing is for sure, there must be a winner in regulation. A replay or post-match shootout to be decided. Anyway, the score is currently 0-0 from the Box Bar Mini Stadium in Brikama, in case you're just joining us at the commentary cabin for LSTV1 Parliament Fati. Kemo Kanyi, and of course Sesidat Kujabi. Behind camera operations is Osman Kamara. It's a set piece for Lamin, who are currently playing from our left to right. Abubakar Jaju to deliver. Abubakar Jajo for Lamin, floats that ball around the area. This time it's a glancing one. And Tujereng picks possession deep in their own half. Center forward and number 9, Musa Kamara to chase. And Musa has been a goal poacher for the Tujereng side. Mohamed Jatta, fantastic right back, rustled and rewarded by the central referee. Claps coming from the faithfuls of Tujereng. And of course a massive, massive turnout at the Box Bar Mini Stadium. in the West Coast region zonal final between Tujereng and of course Lamin. This is the first time both sides playing in the final. Tujereng coming to the competition for the very first time and Lamin playing in the final for the very first time. Tujereng now dribble pass one. Lamin regain possession. Will use the left side of the attack in trying to cause some problems. And already the flag of the assistant referee has already gone up. And already gone off one offside. Sesidat Kujabi, this is definitely massive. Whenever you come to the Boxbar Mini Stadium to witness a West Coast Zonal final, turnout is always not a problem, and this one is definitely not an exception. I think the numbers keeps growing as we move into the competition edition by edition. We were all here in the first edition, second, third, and of course in the fourth edition. Here we are in the fifth edition, and the disappointment. We are not yet disappointed pointed after seeing another magnificent crowd at the Boxbar Mini Stadium.
Indeed, when it comes to this faithful ground in the name of Brikama Mini Stadium, Fonle Boxuba, the theater, absolute home of entertainment. This is a ground that I love to call the home of Gambian football. And then when it comes to this competition in the West Coast Zonal competition, it has been getting bigger and better, massive every year as the edition keeps unfolding. This time around, BAC, coming into the tournament to add more color and then, more ingredients into the tournament. You've seen, great interest coming from the faithful of West Coast. That's why, whenever, there are competitions connected to this great badge, we have always witnessed, massive and high turnouts, in grace in such competition. And this year also it has been very, very great, behind a very great organization, headed by the OC, headed by Sergio Ganso and co, and also a great team of PR media, doing an intensive media job in trying to make sure, this great competition have been given the right publicity, the right visibility, the right, interaction with the rest of the masses out there. And as a result of that, the crowd and the masses have responded, massively. And this is just the beginning. As the game unfolds, I believe, there are hundreds, if not thousands, still, trying to get their way into the ground. Our power, this is, one of the greatest, if you like, and the rest of the zones are emulating. West Coast is the best coast, and there is no doubt regarding that.
Thank you very much, Sesidat Kujabi. Earlier on, Kemo Kanyi. In case you're just joining us, you're reminded that this is all coming to you live from the Boxbar Mini Stadium and live on LSTV1. It is the 5th edition final of the West Coast Zonal competition. And for the very first time for Tujereng and for the very first time for Lamin, and both sides hoping to win it. Who is going to win it remains to be seen, and they have to get it in regulation, post-match shootout or a replay. Anyway, the fans wouldn't love to hear that. Around the area, team captain Musa Bujang, who has had spells with Gunjur United in the 2nd division and also played for Lamin United. And Musa Bujang is the team captain for the Lamin side, while Sarani Jame, who has won the last Kombosa District Tournament best goalkeeper, is in goal, and also the team captain for this Tujereng side, playing in the competition for the very first time and hoping to win it for the very first time. Currently the score is 0-0. Tujereng under the guidance of Omar Jabang and Osman Marena, and have started this game with Sarani Jame, team captain, in goal. Omar Sar, Mamadou Sow, Lamin Jadama, Mohamed Jata, Lamin Marena, Musa Marena, Ibrahim Sambu, Yankuba Mane, Musa Kamara and Mamadou Bojang completes the 11 for the Tujereng base side. And of course Lamin having the guidance of Suleiman Baji, and Suleiman is ably and reliably assisted by Alassana Gassama. Karunka Sar, Famara Jiba, Musa, Ibrahim Afai and John Sik completes the 11, and the game is under the watchful eyes of Jibusar as central referee, ably and reliably Bekai Buj. And judge with the 4th assistant referee. Yusufa Jata is the referee. Friendly who are dressed in white and blue, whilst Lamin in red and white. Who is winning it remains to be seen. And in case you're monitoring the situation from the box bar stadium, it is LSTV1 live. You can watch the proceedings live on our Facebook page and also on our YouTube channel. Marching on behind the commentary cabin, very close to our commentary cabin. Behind. It's another extraordinary support behind it. Includes every other player. Goal kick Lamin. And Lamin is having Karunka Suso, who was one time with College last season. And he is currently the goalkeeper for this Lamin zonal team. And Tujereng over Costa, and in that game it was Musa Kamara's lone goal that got the victory for head coach Omar Jabang and his boys in their first outing of the 2025-26 West Coast Zonal competition. In their second game, the team faced the champions Fonye at the Tujereng football field. This was where Tujereng got the better of Fonye by a goal to nil. It was Yankuba Mane's solo goal that got them the victory. In their third game, it was another victory, another 1-0 victory over Central 2 away from home, and it was Lamin Bayo. Lamin Bayo scored that only goal to get the team the maximum points away from home around the edge of the 18, and Tujereng will use the opportunity to clear their line. Not a decent one. Lamin picks possession. Bubakar getting it down. Can they get something from that? Badly cleared by the coastal boys of Tujereng, who are playing in the competition for the very first time and in the final for the very first time. And Mohamed Jatta had a touch on Lamin, still trying to find the back of the net in the very first moments of this crucial and lively final from the Box Bar Mini Stadium. The score is still unchanged. Lamin nil, Tujereng nil is still the current score from the Box Bar Mini Stadium, in case you're just joining us. And it's a goal kick. Sarani Jame to deliver this goal kick. And Tujereng in the quarterfinals got the better of Kombosila by a goal to nil at the C4 football field before facing Gunjur at the Box Bar Mini Stadium. In the first game, it ended 1-1 before the game being replayed. And in the replay semi-final, it was Musa Kamara and Momodu Bojang that got the 2 goals for Tujereng, booking a place in the final. And in the final for the very first time against Lamin, who started the campaign with a 0-0 draw against Kombosila at the C4 football field before picking maximum points at home at the late Sanajata Memorial Football Field in Lamin. And it was Mod Lamin Fadera's penalty that got Lamin the maximum points. And in the quarterfinal, it ended Lamin 2, Fonye 2. And Lamin advanced on post-match shootouts to book a place in the semi-final. And in the semi-final, they face off Sanyang, where they got the better of Sanyang by 2 goals to nil at the Box Bar Mini Stadium. It was Ibrahim Afai and Mohamed Ndur who scored the goals to book Lamin a spot in the final for the very first time. They came very close out to the runners-up Brufut, and of course the Super Cup champions Brufut in the semi-final. But Lamin already in the final, facing Tujereng in the final game.
Yes, coming very close last season, and then this season you eventually find the final. So do their utmost best in trying to make it so that they are also announced as one of the winners of the West Coast Zonal. But remember, Lamin, they are a more senior team in this competition compared to their opponents of the day. But Tujereng can never be underrated. This is a team that haven't lost any game in the entire tournament since the commencement of the games. And then this is their 4th season. So coming into the 4th season, you haven't lost a game, and then no one have scored against you except the semi-final game that was settled on a 0-0 scoreline before it has to be resettled for another fixture where they won by 2 goals to nil. They are also, their opponents have failed to score. Then coming into this final against Tujereng, we have seen them started the game on a very, very aggressive form. With that, I mean, they were going all out on their opponents. They refused to be called underdogs into this crucial contest here. That is to win. That they take on.
Thank you very much, Kemo Kanyi. Earlier on, Sidat Kujabi. In case you're just joining us, you are all reminded that this is all coming to you live. And it is live on LSTV1 from the box bar. On LSTV at the commentary cabin, Parliament Party. Sidat Kujabi, Kemo Kanyi. And behind camera operations is Osman Kamara and the team. From the box bar, it is live. Tujereng against Lamin in school zonal 2025-26 final. Who is winning it remains to be seen. On lively and entertaining. Tujereng dressed in their colorful white and blue colors, whilst Lamin in red and white. And of course, it is lively and entertaining. And Lamin under the guidance of Suleiman Bachi. Alassana Gassama is his assist. Tujereng launches that ball around the edge of the 18. Easy time netminder Karunka Suso. Karunka Suso for Lamin, while Sarani Jame is the team captain and the goalkeeper for Tujereng. Tujereng on the attack once again. Yankuba Mane. Can they get something from that? Gets that ball down to Musa Marena. Marena around the edge of the 18. Musa Marena lost possession, and it's going to be a throw in as judged by the assistant referee. And Tujereng on the ascendancy, hoping to find the back of the net. Another opportunity for Yankuba Mane. Crosses comes in. And once again, the number 9, Musa Kamara. He seems to be everywhere, says Sidat Kujabi. He scored and his goal was ruled out. And once again, had the opportunities to score. And then, looking at the commencement of this game, I think Tujereng has the Lions here in time to craft goal scoring opportunities under the noses of Lamin.
Indeed, when you talk about Musa, he has been one of the eye-catching strikers, in this year's competition. He knows how to run between the lines, how to give nightmares to the defenders. He has been everywhere trying to traumatize and trouble, the opposition backline. And then, he has shown his quality in the early moments of this encounter where he pulled a goal, a beautiful header that have been ruled out by the match officials for an offside position. And yet again, he have break between the lines to find himself at a close range, but miss, the target there, a few inches away from the woodwork. If there is a player to be mindful on this grateful sunny Thursday in the first year of the new year, I believe it has to be Musa Kamara. If not, if Lamin don't give maximum caution with the way he runs between the lines, in the way he tried to get through the defensive organization in the low blocks, and trying to maneuver past defenders and try to do the damage. Probably Musa would be among those players if there is a probability of a player scoring in this game. He have shown that desire, that hunger, that ambition in trying to get forward, and then the Lamin defenders have work to do watching that deadly promising striker.
Thank you very much, Sidat Kujabi. Earlier on, Kemo Kanyi. In case you're just joining us, it is all coming to you live from the Box Bar Mini Stadium and live on LSTV1. Lamin nil, Tujereng nil is still the current score. It's a chase for Tujereng. To show the goalkeeper. But Lamin got that for a throw in. And already the flag has been raised by the assistant referee Jarai Silla. Lively and entertaining with a massive turnout at the Box Bar Mini Stadium. It is the 2025-26 edition. A zonal final without Fonyi, Gunjur and Sanyang, who have been winning the past editions. In the first edition, it was Gunjur that won it. Second edition, Sanyang. Third and fourth edition, respectively, were won by Fonyi. And in the fifth edition, it is either Lamin or Tujereng to win it. who is winning, it remains to be seen. Currently, the score is 0-0. Either in regulation, post-match shootout, or a replay to decide the winner between Tujereng and Fonyi, or Tujereng and Lamin rather, from the Box Bar Mini Stadium this afternoon. And the tournament is proudly and officially bankrolled by Brikama Area Council. And of course, we're having key of their dignitaries, among them the chairman of Brikama Area Council, Yankuba Dabo, and his powerful delegation. Tujereng trying to possess the ball so well in their opposition's half. Lament for too long. An opportunity for Tujereng around the edge of the 18. Can they get something? Lali Kande just there in time to get that ball decently for a corner to Tujereng. And Tujereng still continue to pile pressure in search for a breakthrough. But currently the score is 0-0. Kemokanyi. Of course, the Lions there of the chances crafted. They're still struggling to find the back of the net after goal scoring opportunities.
Yes, very well. You can see most of the goal scoring opportunities here that have been crafted here goes to none of the debutant Tujereng side. They are the team that is currently piling more of the threat on their opponents, and then they keep pushing in trying to make it so that they open up, they break the deadlock into this particular game here. But it is still remain nil between the two sides here. But Tujereng, Lamin needs to be very much cautious of the threat that they are always going forward with. You can see Musa Kamara had 3 very good chances, one of which was already into the back of the net, and it was denied by the the official in the far end that the player was in an offside position. Then earlier on we have seen him taking a very good shot, and then his creation of chances into their opponent's half is also a very dangerous move by his side here. And then Lamin, I think they will need to wake up and then be aware of what Tujereng's forward can do into this particular game, because currently they are a team that is that has come up with more convincing goal scoring opportunities into this particular game, fairly to Lamin as well. They are also doing their quota, but Tujereng currently the boss eye catching side into this particular contest.
Thank you very much, Kemokanyi. Earlier on, from the Box Bar Mini Stadium, LSTV1, it's the 2025-26 Zonal final. And the final between Gunjur won it after getting the better of Sanyang. And of course, in the Super Cup, it was Sanyang that won it. In the second edition, it was Sanyang that won it. In the third edition, Fonyi, after getting the better of Gunjur, and in the Super Cup it was Gunjur that won it. In the fourth edition it was Fonyi that got the better of Brufut, and in the Super Cup Brufut got the better of Fonyi. In the fifth edition, one thing is for sure, it's either going to be Tujereng or Lamin to be crowned champions of the land, champions of the 2025-26 edition and champions of the 5th edition of the West Coast Zonals. Currently is a clash on heads and both players are down. A player for Lamin and the other for Tujereng. They are currently down injured, and the medics are already on the pitch to give assistance to this set of players. Lively and entertaining in this year's West Coast Zonal competition. The tournament opened with a Super Cup against or between Fonyi and Brufut, where Brufut got the better of Fonyi by 2-1 at the Box Bar Mini Stadium. And in the opening matches, it ended Costa 0, Tujereng 1, Fonyi 1, Central 2-0. Brikama got the better of Fabi by 3-1. Combos in a nail-biting 0-0 scoreline against Lamin at the C4 football field. It also ended Sukuta 0, Sanyang 2, Central 2-4, Costa 0, Tujereng 1, Fonyi 0, Fabi 0, Brufut 1, Combo East 1, Combo Silla 1, Sanyang 3, Gunjur 0. Of course, Sanyang or Gunjur failed to turn up for that fixture, and 3 points awarded to Sanyang and 3 goals respectively. Fonyi 3, Costa 0, Central 2-0, Tujereng 1, Brufut 0, Brikama 0, Lamin 1, Combo East 0, and Gunjur 3, Sukuta 0. And in that game, Sukuta failed to honor the fixture, and Gunjur were awarded maximum points, and Sukuta crashed out of the competition. In the quarterfinal, it ended Lamin 2, and Lamin advanced on post-match shootout. Sanyang 1, Brufut 0. Another opportunity for Tujereng. And Tujereng regain possession safely around the circle, trying to possess the ball so well. Back to the central defender and number 5 for the Coastal Boys of Tujereng, Mohamed Jata, still struggling to keep possession. Getting it down to Momodu Bojang. Momodu lost possession to the team captain of Lamin, Musa Bojang. Lamin launches that attack, and Tujereng will solely guard that ball off the area for a goal kick. Sarani Jame, the goalkeeper and team captain, is not in any hurry as the score is still in their favor. It is still 0-0 after 30 minutes of play at the Box Bar Mini Stadium. Tujereng lost it. Lamin picks possession using the right side of the attack, then trying to penetrate, and of course a busy technical area for head coach Suleiman Baji, who is ably and reliably assisted by Alassana Gassama, Omar Jabang and Osman Marina on the technical area for the boys in white and blue Tujereng. And the Coastal Boys of Tujereng 0, Lamin 0. Who is winning it remains to be seen. Thousands of supporters at the Box Bar Mini Stadium. Tujereng, what is the central defender trying to do here? Getting that ball back to the goalkeeper Sarani Jame. And it's a goal kick. Not a goal kick though. And it's going to be a chase. Musa Bojang has been a goal poacher. Musa Kamara rather has been a goal poacher for Tujereng after scoring the only goal in the 1-0 victory over Costa. And he was also on the score sheet in the 2-0 victory over Gunjur. Lamin now chips that ball around the edge. John Seeger to chase. Can they get something from this? A call from the supporter straight into the gloves of the netminder Sarani Jame. Wasted opportunity. That was definitely a great build-up, of course, but unfortunately the ending or the end result wasn't a great one from Lamin.
Yeah, indeed. Whenever Boubacar Sarr is involved for Lamin, it's always deadly. He has been, one of the most eye-catching players for me in this Lamin team. I remember on that fateful semi-final, in Lamin, where he was one of the outstanding players for Lamin, and getting involved in the game, we have seen him, produce a magical pass for Lamin that was, nearly deadly and costly for Tujereng. But then, in Tujereng, you have one of the outstanding, netminders in the name of, Sarani Jame, who have been, very, very, instrumental and a very, very great goalkeeper for me in this competition. Come at the right time to mitigate that imminent danger, to keep it clean and safe for Tujereng, who have been, the best team so far for me in these first 45 minutes of this encounter.
Thank you very much, Siddharth Kujabi. In case you just joining us from the Box Bar Mini Stadium in Brikama, lively and entertaining. It's the West Coast Zonal Final, and West Coast Zonal Final between Tujereng and Lamin. And the final is yet to bag a goal as Tujereng and Lamin both struggle to find the back of the net after 30 minutes of play at the Box Bar Mini Stadium. Is an opportunity for Tujereng. Player Rasold and Lamin Marina is the player in question. Number 8 on his back. In case you're just joining us, LSTV1 from the Box Bar Mini Stadium. There is a player currently down for Tujereng. The medics. It's a set piece. Tujereng will deliver. And Tujereng started this game with Sarani Jame in goal. Omar Sarr, Mamadou Sow, Lamin Jadama, Mohamed Jata, Lamin Marina, Musa Marina, Ibrahim Sambu, Yankuba Mane, Musa Kamara and Mamadou Bojang completes the 11 for the Coastal Boys of Tujereng. Whilst Lamin is having Karun Kasuso in goal. Lali Kande is an attack on the far side. Fantastic clearance from Lamin. But still Mohamed Jata picks possession for Tujereng. Mohamed Jata once again. Marauding right back. Played Nawetan for Young Boy Stars in this year's Brikama Summer Nawetan. And had a fantastic season and currently playing for Tujereng in the West Coast Zonal competition. And now in the final. Corner to the boys in white and blue. Around the Democracy end of the Box Bar Mini Stadium. Massive, massive turnout. And massive support base behind Lamin and Tujereng. Who is winning it remains to be seen. Corner. Crowded penalty area Tujereng. Can they punish Lamin from this instance remains their biggest ambition. It's a set piece. It's a set piece. It's a set piece or corner rather. And Tujereng floats that. An opportunity ball being headed out. Musa Bojang, the team captain. Getting it down to the forward. And Mohamed Jata has a lot of pace. Mohamed Jata back to the goalkeeper, Sarani Jame. Jata Mohamed once again. Tujereng enjoying possession in their own half. Jata Mohamed going long. Lali Kande getting it down. Not a decent one for Sons of Headers. The center forward keeping possession for Tujereng. Gets the ball forward, Musa Kamara, and caught out by the defenders of Lamin. Lively and entertaining with a lot of possessive display here. Tujereng on the attack once again. Gets that ball forward. On Lamin will now surge forward. Bubakar number 10, Yankuba Mane. Yankuba Rasold, and of course rewarded. And the number 10 for Lamin, Babukar Sar, sorry. Babukar Sar is the player Rasold, and Rasold and rewarded by the central referee at a great position. And the referee is Jibu Sar. Bekai Buja. Jaraya Silla is of course one of the assistants. Hassan Jaju, the fourth assistant referee. Yusufa Jata, the referee assessor. Lamin will now have a set piece at a great position. Babukar Sar is currently behind the ball. Sar Bubakar number 10. Lamin dressed in white and red, whilst Tujereng in white and blue. And of course the tournament proudly and officially bankrolled by Brikama Area Council. And of course the winner will be going home with a giant trophy, gold medals, and of course a whooping $100,000 cash prize. Whilst there is going to be a trophy for the best fan club, and also a trophy for the most disciplined zone. It's a set piece, Lamin. Currently Bubakar Sar is behind the ball, and already three-man wall assembled by Tujereng. And Tujereng will use the opportunity to either protect this. Bubakar Sar. Sarani Jame has already walked on his line. And Sar Bubakar punched away by the custodian. A decent delivery from Sar. But of course the goalkeeper equal to that. And the custodian Sarani Jame was just there in time to pump that ball desperately. And of course, Sesidat Kujabi, that was the beauty of a set piece. But the goalkeeper equal to that task.
Indeed, it was a very well taken set piece coming from Bubasar. But then equally, it was met with a great ball. Goalkeeping coming from Sarani, Jame, who have been a very amazing goalkeeper in this competition, keeping it clean for Tujereng in the course of the competition. To me, he has been one of the outstanding performers for this Tujereng team. Remember, he have kept it clean in the group stages. Being the standout hero at the post-match penalty shootout against Kombosilla at the quarterfinal, and then against Gunjur in the rematch. He has been very amazing for this Tujereng side. It's not a wonder to see him, deliver yet again an amazing save on that occasion, Pa.
Thank you very much, Seshidat Kujabi. And approaching the 48th minute from the Box Bar Mini Stadium, the score is still unchanged. 0-0 from the Box Bar, live on LSTV1. There is a player for Lamin currently down, and already we have seen two players warming up for Lamin. Is that going to be an early substitution? We just have to wait and see. The score is still 0-0. Tujereng 0, Lamin 0 is the current score. What a way to start the year of 2026. And it is the 1st of January 2026 from the Box Bar Mini Stadium. And live on LSTV1, the 2025-26 West Coast Zonal Championship, and the West Coast Zonal Championship at its apex. A player still down for Lamin. Lamin still having two players warming up. And it is already 40 minutes on the clock. And the score is still unchanged. Lamin 0, Tujereng 0. The player is still down, receiving attention, currently back on his feet though. Will he be able to continue? That's our belief. But anyway, any moment from now, central referee Jibusar will surely give us the green light for the restart. And Jibu is ably and reliably assisted by Bakari Bekai Bojang, Jarai Silla and Hassan Jajo, serving as the fourth assistant referee. Haruna Jata is the referee assessor. We have under 5 minutes of normal time and what is expected to be added on. If there is no goal, both sides will be heading back into the dressing room with a 0-0 scoreline, Kemo.
Yes, very well. I believe both sides and also every other player that is currently taking part in this particular game is well aware of the timing now, and then they know that they must score in this minutes here, or they will be heading to the 0-0 scoreline, and then if that had to be the case, then the halftime talks between the two sides here will perhaps do a positive for them in coming into the second half, and then trying to make sure that they improve on their shortfalls that they recorded rather in the first half. But let's first see what this first half will give us here. Any of the sides here can have one very good chance here in the dead end of the game, and then of the first half rather, and then slowed it home to give its side the lead here. And then if I believe it is going to be a very, very tightly contested affair when coming into this particular game, and then the entire minutes that we have played in this first half, we have really, shown us that yes, this has been a very, very tightly contested affair. And then the game will also be decided from at a very, very, decided of margins here in trying to making sure that one of the sides here go home with the trophy. So let's see what happens here, whether these particular teams will be going home with the trophy, or are we going to see them sign the scores here. So if that had to be the case, perhaps they would be heading to the post-match shootout, or the game will be replayed here. Let's see whether the regulation time will finally decide the game for us, or if it fails, it either have to be rescheduled, or the post-match shootout will take place here. But it is currently a very, very tough test between the two sides here. Both of the sides here are more than the world willing to actually go home with this particular trophy and then celebrate at home with their supporters, and in fact those that were left home that could not travel to Brikama here to witness this particular showdown. But it is a highly contested affair between the two sides.
Thank you very much, Seshidat Kujat on Kemo Kanyi. And that's a reckless tackle. Card. The yellow card. Dash out to Lamin. Currently, Marina is down. And that seems to be a reckless tackle on Musa Marina. In the 1-0 victory over Combo Silla in the quarter-final at the C4 football field, and in the semi-final against Gunjur, it ended 1-1 at the Box Bar Mini Stadium. Gunjur took the lead before Tujereng got an own goal late in the game to push the game to a replay. And of course, in the replay, it was Gunjur 0 and Tujereng 2. Musa Kamara broke the deadlock before Lamin Bojang, sealing the 2-0 victory at the Box Bar Mini Stadium. Any moment from now, the fourth assistant referee will put up the additional minute. How many minutes of additional time will be added on remains to be seen. Musa Marina is still down. Back on his feet. Surely he will be able to continue. That was, of course, a scare from the technicians and some of the players of Tujereng. But fortunately, Marina Musa is currently back on his feet. 2 minutes added on. 2 minutes added on, and 2 minutes for Tujereng and Lamin to score, or else they will be heading back into the dressing room with a 0-0 scoreline. Buba NK2, you've almost watched the first 45 minutes of this contest between Lamin and Tujereng, and of course 45 minutes of fantastic football, but unfortunately no goal so far.
Difficult game for both teams, especially for Lamin. For me, Tujereng are the better side beautiful cross there, but the goal was scored and flag was up for the offside. And right now, Tujereng are the better team for me. If there will be a goal, possibility to be a Tujereng, but I believe both coaches will have the opportunity now to revisit their tactics and come with a different formula in the second half. Already we have seen. I think the best chance for Tujereng was that goal, that was been flagged for the upside, and for Lamin, their number 10 is another good player. When he shoot the ball, the goalkeeper parried a good player for us and Lamin. That is the number 10, and Tujereng, the player to watch, is the number 10. And 14 is going to fit a lot of, for both teams. For me, credit to the Gappers. It's definitely work. The force are possibility to either side.
Thank you very much, Buba NK Ture. Earlier on, Sesidat Kujabi, Kemo Kanye. It is aging and aging closer. The score is still unchanged. 0-0, Lamin 0, Tujereng 0. And we have under a minute of additional time before the central referee will end the proceedings. Musa Abuja trying to maneuver his way. Rasul, and the central referee has already pointed for a goal kick instead of awarding, of course, an opportunity to Lamin. And of course, you could hear the boos from the faithfuls of Lamin. Fantastic support base behind Lamin and Tujereng. And very close to our commentary cabin is the support base behind Tujereng. Of course, the coastal boys of Tujereng, who are in the competition for the very first time playing in the final against a Lamin side that played in all the competitions of the West Coast Zonal, but playing in the final for the very first time. Goal kick, Sarani Jame. Doubles as the team captain for Tujereng. And that's the final whistle of the first half. That could be fantastic first half. Fantastic first half between Tujereng and Lamin. Of course, we have seen beautiful football, but the only missing thing, of course, is the goal or goals coming from either side. Already, it is halftime. They have to get back to the dressing room, work on some other things before coming back for the continuation of the second period.
Indeed, Paul, what a first half we have witnessed. Both Gavas did need very great technical and also tactical display coming from. We have seen, the clarity, manifested on the pitch, and the quality when it comes to the match official, I think, is top notch. This game is absolutely, a high level performance coming from both teams, and we have seen, both teams coming very close, to breaking the deadlock. Tujereng having been, the most threatening team, going forward, but both teams definitely produce glimpses of team football and also individual brilliance. The striker for Tujereng, Musa Kamara, have been very catching player for me, and also Babukar Sar for Lamin also have been very instrumental for the Lamin based team. A great first half, a great game we have watched, and now the Gavas have almighty work to do going into the lemon time in trying to adjust to some of the technical and tactical loopholes they have gathered during the first half, in trying to make sure they come back stronger in the second half and do something audacious. Great first half, power.
At the Boxbar Mini Stadium in the West Coast Zonal 5th edition, Lamin versus Tujereng, or Tujereng versus Lamin, or the debutants versus, of course, Lamin to be precise. Halftime 0-0, but of course Musa Kamara's goal in the first 5 minutes of the game was ruled offside. Coach, from your stance, of course, that is the usual face, Ibrahim Kamara, the cover for Sibanor United, of course, in the second division. It wasn't a good start for Sibanor, but I wanted to pick up the momentum, and of course, you know, they're in a fine form according to the coach now, and it's work in progress. But back to the West Coast Zonal final, brought to you by, of course, the Brickham Area Council and Child Phone with the West Coast Zonal Committee. Well, after 0-0, were you seeing or were you expecting a barren scoreline in this first 45 minutes, coach?
Yeah, actually, I was expecting a very tight game and a well-contested one in the first half. I think both sides are doing very well. But for me, I think Tujereng had more open chances than Lamin. So I think it's going to be a well-contested game in the second half, especially in the last 15 minutes of the game. It might decide the game for me, yeah.
The Tujereng goal, coach, is it a debatable one?
Yeah, actually, for me, I am far. I did not see any offside. For me, I thought it was a goal. But all of a sudden, I saw the linesman raise his flag. So he's at a better angle for me, than me to judge that one. I think it was a very good move from Tujereng. That was their first attack, and they produced something great. You know, I think they are very much dangerous when attacking. I think it's a very good thing.
Looking at the game, at one point in time, it's a one-way traffic in which you have never experienced as a coach in this zonal competition. Did you ever experience such in a final, that it's a one-way traffic, your opponent was all over on you?
Yeah, actually, for me, it's maybe it's a one-way traffic. I think it's a balanced game. For me, Lamin, what I observed from Lamin's side is they should avoid playing more long balls. Because Tujereng have more height than them. So if they could get the ball on the ground, they were able to penetrate them and cause some trouble. I think that's what they need to stick on and do more. But instead, they are playing more of long ball. The goalkeeper get the ball, play long, and Tujereng won the ball up. So more or less, they are benefiting 50% of the drop balls, which is also good. But I think if they play more on the ground, they have more chances. And Tujereng are more dangerous when attacking, obviously.
Tujereng are more dangerous on attacking. But what do you think Tujereng need to do if they are to break the deadlock?
Yeah, I think they should be more composed when they are in the final third, and that's what they lack. They are creating opportunities. They have good moments that they could have capitalized on, and I think that's all. They need to keep their cool on the final third. So you know, as the final goes, that's what I was saying in the first half. This final, you know, it's a different ball game. A final is a final, and a lot of pressure, a lot of anxiety from players. You know, for the first time, Tujereng playing, I think that have taken a toll on them. But I feel in the second half, they will be better than in the.
You look at the way Tujereng play, coach, is more of like this is not the first time they are participating in this competition. It's like they have been here before. It's like they are married with experience. But you look at the way Sanyang are also, Lamin are also composed. It's like they're trying to study Tujereng very well. Remember, both Lamin and Tujereng defeated, of course, defeated Fonyi in this tourney.
Yeah. I think Tujereng, you know, looking at the players they got, I think they might be the first time coming here, but I think they have good experience as per their age. Yes, I think that is playing a part for them, and they are doing well. For me, they are playing very fine, and Lamin are always causing them trouble if they play the ball behind the defense line, because their defense is not that quick. So that's a troubling part that they are facing with. If Lamin know where the weakness is, they would easily penetrate them. But equally as Tujereng, if they know their strength, where their strength is, they need to play more on that, and so as they can cause problem on Lamin too.
Well, let me just throw you somewhere, probably still part of this competition. Well, the journey of Fonyi was cut short. From your experience, what did you think actually happened within the system or outside the system?
Actually,
is it a difficult question?
It is a difficult question because I I might not be able to know.
But coach, hold on. You know Fonyi very well. You just left Fonyi yesterday. You just resigned yesterday, coach.
Actually, I'm as a fan, because I do not know much in detail. But what all I understand might be is because the preparation part also is played a part, and equally new players, young players coming into the team has also played a part. They got experience. We also next season they will be very much ready to contest.
Don't you think also the departure of most of the players from the Fonyi zonal team to Sibanor United also have an impact in the Fonyi's preparation in this tournament?
Yeah, that someone would.
But then someone will tell you Fonyi is big.
Yeah, someone. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Someone could say so, but for me, I think we have a lot of talents, a lot of players that are in Fonyi, and those players playing in the zone, in the second division, not playing in the zonals, might play a key part, but not that significant. For me, I think the team is young, and they carried a lot of pressure because let's say played in the quarterfinals, and then we are out from I don't know, quarterfinal or semi-final. Yeah, Lamin defeated also. Next season they will come fresh, and it's gonna be good. So next year we'll be in the final.
Is it difficult to coach Fonyi? Another difficult question.
Yeah, someone would say it's difficult, someone might say it's not. So it's an opinion. For me, it's not very difficult for me. It's not difficult.
Coach, we are in the cup of more than 4, of course, zones in Fonyi. It's a difficult cup.
Yeah, it is a difficult cup because Fonyi is too big. So bringing players and scouting them from 5 districts is very difficult. It's hectic, but it's also easy. That is because you would be able to get if you have to choose from 1,000 and to choose from 100. It's difficult to choose from 1,000, but it's best to choose from 1,000 than from 100 because from 1,000 you will get more better players.
Coach, your name hit the limelight through this competition. That is the West Coast Zonal. I understand it was a long journey since 2019 of forming Sibanor United with Samba Keita to preside, who also played a pivotal role with Telephone, who are partners in this competition. Are you foreseeing other coaches like you crossing the border of the 3rd division to the 2nd division through this competition?
Yeah, 100%. I'm sure there are coaches that are doing very well, and they are taking coaching into as a career. Amadou is doing well, and we have a lot of teams that are participating in the 3rd division qualifiers. And as of recent, they are doing well. Jalokoto, Jakoi Sibirik are doing well. We are hopeful, and we pray that they qualify into the 3rd division. We also have Fonyi Heroes in the 3rd division, and we also pray for them in the league so as they qualify into the 2nd division because we need more teams in the 2nd division from Fonyi because Fonyi we have a lot of talents. So having teams to play in the 2nd division and in the 3rd division would do us better.
Well, for now you are the only ambassador from Fonyi in the 2nd division, and I believe you need a neighbor.
Honestly, yes, I am the only one there, and I'm lonely there. So I would want someone also to join me and someone also to join us in the 2nd division. That's going to help. That's going to make we expose more players from the region and equally participate. Yes, so that's going to be very helpful that we have more teams in the 2nd division and the 3rd division.
Well, coach, gone are the days of the Super Nawetan football charity. Don't you think West Coast Zonal is overshadowing everything in this country now, especially this zonal competition organized by the West Coast Committee?
I was saying it is definitely massive, and it's getting more and more big, day in, day out. I'm just imagining, if Fonyi was playing in this final, because it's already a big one that we've missed, but I know.
So do you mean you're disappointed that Fonyi is not playing the final?
Yeah, I am disappointed because I'm a bit jealous that Fonyi is not here, and Lamin and Tujereng, but they work for it and they are here. Congratulations that they are all here. But next season, Fonyi is going to come and it's going to be very big.
Well, coach, many said so. This tournament is where talents are scouted and it's where talents are produced. What is your response to that?
No, I agree 100% that this zonal have played a key role in not only even removing talents or showcasing a lot of talents from the zonal, but it has bring West Coast together. It has bring a lot of people together. Fonyi in those days, it's politics has played a part, but when the West Coast Zonal comes in, it brings a lot of people together. And, Fonyi and equally other zones if not the zonals, we will not know each other probably. So, but now it has, we are like a family. So it is something that, it created a lot of things.
So if I understand, politics aside, we can build the country we want through the beautiful game of football, coach.
100% through football, we can build a country that we want and bringing people together. Sally, you know, and I, that it's because of the zonal that we know a lot of each other. We know each other, and a lot of things come together, and it's going to be forever, and it's going to be family thing. So and it's something big, definitely. And kudos to the organizing committees. They are hitches, but they are working through it, and it is going day in, day out more bigger and bigger. Last year, and this year is more bigger. Year before last, last year was more bigger. So as we are going, it's going more bigger. And come on, other zones are emulating. There it is. West Coast, they are the pace setters. Yeah.
Now coming back to Siba Nor, just a glimpse of that. The first two games wasn't well for you. I heard you in an interview in the first game that the players were nervous. Were they also nervous in the second game?
Yeah, not actually, maybe not nervous per se of playing in the second division, but they are nervous in trying to amend the mistakes that they got. That is the way in the haze. We lost a lot of chances in that game, but it's a process. We have a lot of games to play, so we are not moved. So the third game comes, we played the third game came, and that was a good game that we played, but still we need to work more, and we are working more, towards our fourth game.
Are you implementing the mantra that you are lectured away from home in the land of where, of course, your player and Francis is? Are you implementing that? Because I understand you have some training outside the country.
Yeah, it's a plus that is added to me, and I'm also working on my B-lines in it. It's also a plus, so it's something that one has to acquire knowledge, and if you acquire the knowledge, you implement it, and that is going good for me that I'm doing so. So. Alhamdulillah, and it's going to go as I plan.
Well, of course, coach, it's your dream part of course, coaching the national team one day, the Gambia.
Obviously.
Is that a difficult one?
Obviously, yes. It's my dream to coach a national team, the national team, either whatsoever national team it is. Because I'm a coach, I'm from Gambia, and I love Gambia, and I want to do my part as a coach. That's why I venture into coaching. So it's obviously a dream for me, yes.
What is the mantra of Siba Nor in this second division? Is it to stay or to go for more than that?
Yeah, our mission is to stay in the league and enjoy the moment. Yes, that's our mission, and we are doing so. We are enjoying it already. Yes.
Thank you, coach.
Thank you very much.
Coming into the second half, who do you think will go all out to win this trophy? But then I understand the organizing committee swear to the replay rule, that they want the replay. You are one time a victim, I understand. And then when you will replay, it is part of their system. But this is a different one.
Yeah, I'm so, for me, there would be a winner, as I'm looking at the things.
The committee will not be happy with that.
Yeah, they will not be happy about this. They are supposed to be a winner. It's good for one team to celebrate, Going and preparing for the second final is definitely difficult. So I wish them, any team that's supposed to win the second the replay wins it today. So
are you also scouting players here?
Yeah, I was told of a player that I came to watch with.
Well, a coach turned scout, to be precise. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're live at the Boxbar Mini Stadium. And of course, I am Sally Ojalo. Well, it's half time here, of course, between Tujereng and, of course, the Lamin Zonal team that is sitting out walking majestically there. But Buba and
Hey, I understand Costa left the stage early because you refused to learn early.
You are giving lectures. But Buba, what a hard-fought force have in this final?
Well, it is a difficult game for the team called Lamin. For me, Tujereng are the better team. If you look at the way they are playing, their number 10 is amazing, number 14 is amazing, and they score, it was flagged on offside. And then heading to the second half, I know Lamin will try to do something so that they can come back to the game. But the number 10 also for Lamin is another good player. For me, credit to the Gaffers. They have done their job very well to make sure that not to concede a goal. And this is exactly what will happen. And these are all maiden finalists, as you said. Both of them never play final, but the surprise package is Tujereng, and they are doing the unthinkable for sure. So it will be a very interesting second half. Coming into the second half, I'm very no, but this is what we want to see. Goals are not scoring, meaning the defenders are doing the job, meaning the coaches are doing the actual job. But right now, it's all barrel. There is no goal for either side. But possibly, Tujereng is the better side in the first half. Let's see what will happen in the second half.
Thank you, Buba. Of course, the players are already out of the tunnel. Of course, Tujereng were introduced in this competition less less than 5 months ago, and now they're in the final, into the final touches, ladies and gentlemen. And then the second half is what matters here. What the Council of Elders will tell you. You want the replay? We'll leave it at that for now.
Welcome back to the Box Bar Mini Stadium for the continuation of the live commentary. It is the second and final half at the Box Bar Mini Stadium between Tujereng and Lamin. And it is the second half and second and final half. Who is winning, it remains to be seen. There's a corner for Tujereng in the very first moments of the second half. Who is going to win it remains to be seen, and we have already seen a substitution being effected by Lamin in the very first moment. Only headed out on clearance. On the far side is a throw-in, and Lamin will use the opportunity to benefit from a throw-in deep in their own half, dressed in their colorful red and white shorts, and white socks. Now playing from the police line end of the Box Bar Mini Stadium towards the democracy end, while Tujereng kicks from the democracy end towards the police line. And in case you're just joining us, it is just the commencement of the second half. Tujereng started this contest with Sarani Jame in goal, team captain Omar Sar, Momodu Sow, Lamin Jadama, Mohamed Jata, Lamin Marina, Musa Marina, Ibrahim Sambu, Yankuba Mane, Musa Kamara and Momodu Bojang completes the 11 on Tujereng. We'll have some defensive works to do. On the central defender, Omar Sar, already wrestled and rewarded by the central referee, Jibusar, who is having the assistance of Bekai Bojang, Jarai Silla, Hassan Jaju, and of course, Yankuba Yusufa Jatarada is of course serving as the referee assessor. Who is winning it remains to be seen. Lamin under the guidance of Suleiman Baji and Alassana Gassama. And the game in goal for Lamin is Karun Kasuso, Lali Kande Abubakar Jaji, Mohamed Ndur, Lamin Fader Abubakar Sar, Famara Jiba, Bakari Jata, Musa Bojang team captain, Ibrahim Afai, and John Siga completes the 11. Lively and entertaining. And John Siga is already taking off and being replaced. And we will confirm the player who has already replaced John Siga. Lamin in their opposition, sir. Gets that ball, so chips that ball on the far side. And the flag of the assistant referee has already gone up on offside against Lamin. And Tujereng will have the opportunity at a jam-packed Box Bar Mini Stadium in Rikama, live on LSTV. At the commentary cabin for Lamin Fati. Kimo Kanye Sesida Tujabi and Osman Kamara behind the camera operations. Is a set piece for the Coastal Boys of Tujereng. Omar Sar, long and high one in their opposition half. Lali Kande heading it down. An opportunity for Tujereng.
Let's give it that for now, Sally.
Coach Dibusar has already given the opportunity. It's the second and final half between Lamin and Tujereng. It's the second and final half. Both sides picked it from where they left it. And that's a boo coming from the faithfuls of Tujereng, who are now playing from our left to right. It's the West Coast Zonal Championship and the West Coast Zonal final between Tujereng and Lamin. And Lamin will now have the opportunity, dressed in white and red, while Tujereng in white and blue. Set piece, crowded penalty area for the coastal boys of Tujereng. Set piece, Lamin. Crowded penalty area for Tujereng. Lamin floats that around the D. Ball been chested down. Fantastic clearance, but before that, the flag has already gone up. And the score is still 0-0 in case you're just joining us from the Box Bar Mini Stadium. Massive turnout at the Box Bar Mini Stadium in the crucial and lively final between Tujereng and of course Lamin. Sesidat Kujabi, both sides picked it from where they left it and they went into the halftime break with a 0-0 scoreline, and currently both sides will be hoping to get the breakthrough, and of course the first time of the first team to score here probably might be decisive.
Yeah, indeed. Now is all down to the team that comes out from the dressing room from the best tactical input margin out from the dressing room, as both gaffers have done their assessment in the first half. Knows where the loopholes are, where are the strengths or the weaknesses of the opponents are, and where are they going to launch the assault to make sure what a chance that was. Lamin comes very close, to pull in the, to break it down, to break the deadlock, but unfortunately, inches away from the woodwork. Now, like I said earlier, the team that comes out with a better, technical input margin out from the dressing room will surely, have the upper hand in this second 5 minutes of this encounter, which have been, very tight so far. It has been, very, 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 tight defense line for both teams, though an open play, both teams, giving it all out, attacking in numbers, trying to, penetrate the opponent's, defensive organization without the ball. But so far, still a barren scoreline, and we hope to see, what will happen in the next, 40 or so minutes.
Thank you very much, Shidat Kujabi. Lively and entertaining. Box Bar Mini Stadium is the venue. West Coast Zonal Championship and final is the competition between Tujereng and Lamin. And Tujereng came to this competition as debutants. Were able to advance to the final in their very first time of asking against the Lamin side that played in the first edition, second edition, third edition, and of course the fourth edition. The center forward has been penalized by the flag of the assistant referee for an offside. Lamin will now have the opportunity. Tujereng in their first game got the better. Any moment from now is substitution. And it's going to be a substitution for Tujereng, double substitution. And double substitution for Tujereng. And any moment from now, the number 12 for Tujereng, Mamadou Bojang, is off and being replaced.
Substitutions for Tujereng. And number 7, Malandong, is coming in.
Malandong is also to be introduced.
Number 10,
Yankuba Mane and Musa Kamara. Yankuba Mamadou Bojang and Yankuba Mane are off.
Second substitution we see number 20, Boubacar Bojang.
Boubacar Bojang, number 20. Malang Dong
Out comes
also introduced.
number 10.
And it's a double substitution. Double substitution for the Coastal Boys of Tujereng. And Tujereng nil, Lameng nil is still the current score. Around the center circle, Bakary Jata for Lamen now, who spreads that ball wide. Trying to reconnect the run of Ibrahim Afai. Fai dispossessed. Lamen regain possession swiftly. Tujereng in their own half. Launches that ball. Not a decent combination. And Babukar Sar picks possession. Sar lost it. It is Tujereng now in their own half. Trying to use the center circle. Spreading it wide through Ibrahim Sambo. An opportunity for the coastal community, and Karunka Suso just there in time to gather that ball with ace. Lively and entertaining showdown from the Box Bar Mini Stadium, and end-to-end stuff between Lamen and Tujereng. Who is winning, it remains to be seen. In regulation, post-match shootout, or a replay to decide the winner. Musa Bojang, team captain, spreads it wide around the center circle. Fantastic combination. Claps coming from the faithfuls of Lamen. Bakary Jata getting it down on the far. Tricky and pacey player who just came on as a substitute, trying to maneuver his way out. Rasul Musa Bojang, team captain, spreads it wide. The flag of the assistant referee, and this time it's a fantastic strike coming from Lamen. And Kemo Kanye, great beginning from the Lamen side in the second half. And of course, they don't seem to have a very good force half, but currently in the second half, they seem to be on the ascendancy.
Yes, very well. Lamen have started the second half better than their opponents, Tujereng. This was the replica of the performance that we have seen earlier on from the Tujereng side as the first half started. So this time as well, Lamen had also turn on their opponents in trying to make it so that they pile a lot of pressure on them and then try to score the first goal against them here. So let's see what happened. That would have been a costly error from the goal netminder, who tries to break the ball, but eventually the ball eludes him, and then he was able to rescue his side from making such a mistake here. But Lamen this time are currently on top of their game in trying to make it so that they go home with the victory. But while their opponents are still struggling to keep them at their own half. So let's see what happens here. But Tujereng, they are also trying to move away from their own half and trying to push Lamen, and then so that they can also get the chances as threats, as we have seen that of the chances coming from Lamen in the early part of this second half here. But the game still continues here, and now Tujereng are surging forward in the far end to actually get themselves to the throne here. But I mean, whichever team is to be crowned champions today will actually know that yes, they have won a game, but at a very, very difficult contest against an opponent here at the Brikama Box Bar Mini Stadium. Both sides, remember, have did not concede any goal in their semi-final fixtures that they have respectively won by 2-0 margin against their various opponents before coming here. So let's see what happens here, because I mean, Lamen have won against Sanyang, which a team that a zone that have filed in a very, very strong team by 2-0, and then Tujereng also have won against Gunjur, also a side that is a very, very strong and also a formidable side by 2-0. So these are the two best that are from the West Coast Zonal this season, and they are currently sharing scores here as the game proceeds.
Thank you very much, Kemo Kanye. Interesting and lively. Thumping header from the tall and lanky central defender for Tujereng. Lamen cross comes in, easy time netminder Sarani Jame. And Sarani doubles as the team captain for Tujereng. The new entrant getting it down. The flag of the assistant referee stayed down. An opportunity for Musa Kamara. Lali Kande. That's miscommunication between the central defenders of Lamen, and fantastic clearance. Lively and entertaining from the Box Bar Mini Stadium. In case you're just joining us, it's the 2025-26 West Coast Zonal competition. Musa around the edge of the 18. Strike comes in, easy time netminder Karunka Suso. And Karunka was one time with Koli Stars last season, the new entrant, trying to cause some issues for Tujereng on the far side. And he's been held and rewarded by the central referee. He seems to be a fan favorite for Lamen. And of course, from the section of supporters from Lamen, that has been greeted by a massive cheer. Musa Bojang, team captain, spreads it wide on the far side. Lamin Sanyang. Lamin Sanyang, a substitute for Lamin. Around the edge of the 18. Musa Bojang trying to reconnect the center forward. What a combination. What a combination from Lamin. And it's going to be a corner for Lamin. And Lamin dressed in red and white socks. Red socks and white socks. Under the guidance of Suleiman Baji. Started their campaign with a 0-0 scoreline against Kombosilla before picking maximum points in their final group game against Combo East. In the quarterfinal, it ended 2-2 against Fonyi before getting the better in a 2-0 victory over Sanyang at the Boxbar Mini Stadium in the semi-final. This time, cross comes in, badly dealt with. Tujereng now, back heel. And this time, Sarani Jame into the gloves of the netminder. It seems to be a great beginning, Sesidat Kujabi, for Lamin in the second half. Fantastic beginning for Lamin in the second half. It seems to be all Tujereng in the first half, and now I think it has now shifted to Lamin.
Yeah, I think the Gava have done the assessment perfectly. Like you alluded earlier, it have been Tujereng who have been the most dominant team, especially when it comes to the final third of the pitch. They have been the most threatening team, going forward. And now, the GAFA have done assessment, coming from the dressing room, and the players have responded to some of the technical and tactical inputs, that were given to them during the second half break. And they have definitely responded, giving or implementing every tactical clarity on the pitch. And now we have seen a much better and a greater Lamin, trying to take progression forward and giving, this Tujereng team, nightmares whenever, they surge forward in numbers. And it has been, a very, very great team of Lamin, compared to, the first 45 minutes of this encounter. And we have seen, they coming in numerous occasions, to give Sarani and the defense line, questions, to respond. But so far, Sarani, the team who doubles as the team captain, have been, very steady goalkeeper, keeping it safe and clean for the Tujereng zone team power.
Keeping it safe and clean. Words of a colleague and brother Sesidat Kujabi from the Boxbar Mini Stadium. And jam-packed Boxbar Mini Stadium in Brikama in the West Coast Zonal Final 2025-26 edition. And of course, it is 1st of January 2025 at the Boxbar Mini Stadium. Who is winning it remains to be seen. They have to get it in regulation or a replay. Musa Bojang and Babukar Sar on the ball. Musa Bojang partly dealt with an easy time netminder Sarani Jame. And Sarani won the goalkeeper of the tournament in the last Combo South District football competition when Tujereng lost to Tanje at the Sanyang football field. And this season playing for Tujereng in the West Coast Zonal Championship for the very first time. It's a throw in Tujereng, Mohamed Jata to deliver. He has been a standard performer in this year's Brikama Summer Nawetan for Young Boy Stars. Played for Sanyang or the Jam City 3rd Division side last season. And hopefully will be playing in the 3rd Division for Jam City this season. Great combination, Tujereng lost it. Musa Bojang team captain, Manu versus where Rasul. And rewarded at a great position for Lamin. And Musa Bojang is one of, if not the most of experienced players of Lamin. Played in the 2nd Division. And the last time he played in the 2nd Division was with Gunjur United. And now the West Coast competition last season played for Lamin. And once again this season Karun Kasuso with the central defender. And getting it down once again Modlamin Fadera. He scored the only goal in the 1-0 victory over Combo East in the final group game at the Lamin football, the late Sanajata Memorial Football Field. And of course, he scored a brace in the 2-2 draw against champions Fonyi. Of course, a fantastic lad for Lamin. And that's a foul as judged by the central referee Jibu Sar on the far side. And Jibu is ably and reliably assisted by Bekai Bojang, Jarai Silla, Hassan Jaju, and of course Yusufa Jata serving as the referee assessor. It's a jam-packed Boxbar Mini Stadium. Both sides picking it from where they left it in the first half. Tujereng And of course, in this season, they were in Group A alongside Central to Costa. And of Tujereng Group B, Brufut, Brikama and Fabi. In Group C, Lamin, Combo East and Combo Silla, who were also debutants in the competition. Group D, Sanyang, Sukuta and Gunjur. And the championship, which is the 2025-26 edition, started with a Super Cup between Fonyi and Brufut, where Fonyi lost to Brufut 2-1. Where the champions Fonyi lost 2-1 to Brufut at the Boxbar Mini Stadium. And currently it is the 2025 edition final between Tujereng and Lamin. Around the area, glancing header, partly dealt with, and already is a foul as judged by the central referee. Currently both players are down and the medics are already on the pitch. And fantastic turnout at the Boxbar Mini Stadium. And if there is no goal, Kemo undoubtedly is going to be a replay that will decide the winner between Tujereng and Lamin.
Yes, very well. I believe they are aware of that, because if they fail to do the needful or open the score here, or even break the deadlock here and then continue to win the game, of course the game will be heading to a replay here. But currently, it is far from being the decision here, because any of the sides here can score, can create one very good opportunity here and then go on all the way to win this particular game. Currently we are in the 28th minute of the second half, and nothing is here, nothing yet is separating the two sides. Both sides have been very, very resolute at the back, and then they are highly concentrated in trying to defend against their opponent, and also a well-focused defensive line here that both sides have put in place here into this particular game. So it is far from over. Any of the
It's still 0-0.
sides
Remember, Tujereng have scored in every game they have played.
can
They have
score
conceded only
a
one
goal
goal
into
all
this before the
tournament.
final whistle is gone, and then
Lamin conceded
staying
only
into
2
that particular
goals
lead
all tournament.
trophy, and then they can
65
both
minutes,
score against one
0-0.
another and also level the score line. But if the regulation time fails to settle the two sides, if there is no winner in the entire 90 minutes that will be played,
Well,
yeah,
a
of
big
course,
one, but
it must be settled from the replay part.
Players are reaching them gradually.
It's 0-0. 2 of the title
Thank you very much, Kemo Kanye.
managers.
In case you just joining us, you are reminded that we're still coming to you live from the Boxbar Mini Stadium, and time ticking fast. And Boxbar Mini Stadium is the venue. Boxbar is the venue, and the clash is between Tujereng and Lamin. Lamin once again on the attack. Can they get something from that? Around the edge of the 18, cross comes in, and this time around Mohamed Jatta to the rescue of Tujereng. What a save from Mohamed Jatta, the right wing back of Tujereng. That was definitely timely, says that.
Indeed, by a great build-up, around the right side of the pitch, the Sojin full-back on that occasion did an amazing run, and then, swing in a very teasing cross into the area, and then the defender right on time flick it and keep it safe. If not, Lamin would have been having their noses in front.
Thank you very much, Seshidat Kujabi. Is a set piece at a great position, or corner this time around. It's a corner, cross comes in, partly dealt with. Fantastic clearance from Mohamed Jatta once again. Tujereng will now use the opportunity to move the ball forward around the center of the pitch. And Lamin regain possession once again. Lamin trying to unlock the defense once again. Cross comes in, and Musa Bojang, easy time netminder once again. And in the first instance, the goalkeeper nearly missed it, and he was just there in time to gather it for the second time. Great build-up, fantastic run, and of course fantastic delivery. Lamin having the lion's share in the second half. In the first period, it was all Tujereng, and in the second half, Lamin trying to turn this game over its head. Currently, the score is 0-0 from the Boxbar Mini Stadium. What a contest between Lamin and Tujereng. Who is winning it in regulation, or it's going to be a replay to decide the winner? On the far side, Tujereng picks possession, trying to maneuver their way out. Musa Marena 14, who scored the only goal in the 1-0 victory over Combo Silla at the C4 football field, was just there, and Musa's delivery resulted to a corner. That's a corner as judged by the central referee. Another substitutions awaits for Lamin. They are planning to introduce another fresh legs 2 fresh legs to be precise. Corner Tujereng. It's a crowded penalty area. Can Tujereng get their noses in front from this corner? That seems to be a push and pull, and the central referee Jibusar seems to be very much aware. And he's now calling on the 2 players, one for Tujereng and the other for Lamin. One of the player is the central defender Anton Lanki. Player for Tujereng, number 5 Omar Sar. Omar Sar Anhu. And the number 11 for Lamin, Ibrahim Afai. It's a corner. Greatly delivered. And easy time Karunka Suso. Any moment from now, double substitution for Lamin. And fantastic second half. Great second half between Lamin and Tujereng. And we must have a winner, or it's going to get to a replay. Of course, it will solely get to a replay if there is no goal. In the 2025-26 edition of the West Coast Zonal Championship, we had 2 debutants, of course, Tujereng and Kombosilla. And in Group A, it was the champions Fonyi, Central to Costa and Tujereng. And from the group stages, it was champions Fonyi and Tujereng that advanced to the quarterfinals. In Group B, it was Brufut alongside Brikama. Fabi crashed out on the far side, an opportunity for Lamin deep in their own half. And Mod Lamin, who scored double substitution. And Lamin will introduce fresh legs. Lamin will introduce Ibrahim Afai is out. And who is also out? We also have to confirm that Farmer Ajiba is also out. And we will confirm the latest entrance. And any moment from now, the central referee will give us the green light. But currently there is a player down injured on the far side for Tujereng. Probably that might be as a result of a knock. And the medics are already on the pitch. Jam Parks Box Bar Mini Stadium. But currently, both set supporters are anxiously waiting for the opener here. Kemo, I am trying to recollect what's going to be the atmosphere at the Box Bar Mini Stadium if Lamin or Tujereng is able to get a goal before the end of this contest here. This is definitely going to get the Box Bar Mini Stadium into frenzy.
Yes, very well, Pa. That will change the whole atmosphere of the mini stadium currently here, because I mean it is a bit dull here, and then people are very much calm here, especially except for the fans that are drumming and also dancing for their sides here. But aside from that, I believe all the set of fans here are being very, very anxious. They did not know where actually the title will be heading to. So most of the fans that are here are currently on their moment of anxiety, and then they are forced to be on their feet. And then, but if any of the sides here is able to get the goal here, that will change the whole dynamics of the game, and also the atmosphere of the stadium here, of the mini stadium rather, will also be at a different level compared to what we have been currently seeing here. But both sides have been doing very well since the start of this particular game. And then remember, as we have earlier mentioned, Tujereng are yet to lose a game, and then they scored in every other game that they played in. So for their opponents as well, Lamin, they are a very, very strong side, and then they have been doing very well since the start of the game and since the start of this particular tournament here. But Tujereng, they are the new boys of the championship, and then they made their way through to the final here. Lamin have been playing in the West Coast Zonal for a period for about the 4 seasons, and then this time Tujereng came this season, and then they are here all the way to a final. They have won every single game, and they have scored against every other team that they played against up to the semi-final. This is the only fixture that they are yet to score. Yes, arguably one would say they scored, but that is never counted, because they have scored in the early part of the game, but was rightly ruled out by the officials of the game for an offside, and then the game still remains nil between the two, but a hard-fought affair apart.
Thank you very much, Kemo Kanyi. Interesting and lively from the Box Bar Mini Stadium. Live on LSD, one of the Kalani. Siddharth Kujabi, and behind camera operations is Osman Kamara. Lively and entertaining. Lamin will use the opportunity. Lamin, and they cause some problems. Musa Bojang team captain. Cross comes in around the edge. Properly dealt with by the central defender, Mamadou Sow of Tujereng. And Lamin regains possession swiftly, enjoying possession in their opposition's half. Great combination, Musa Bojang once again. Gets that ball down once. Is that going to be the opening goal? And that's a goal for Lamin! On the box for Lamin Stadium in Brikama. What an opener for Lamin! And Lamin got their noses in front of the box for Lamin Stadium. President Kujabi, the question of are you surprised? Lamin seems to be the most impressive side since the commencement of the second half, and they've been rewarded. And they have, of course, find the back of the net in the second half, and of course is currently advantage Lamin. Lamin 1 Tujereng 0.
I'm not surprised with the way and the manner these Lamin are, trying to get something in the second half. Have been very, very, ambitious, ambitious. They have been very, very ambitious team in the second half, trying to take progression forward in the launching, assault over assault on these Tujereng side that have been, very stubborn in the most part of the second half, trying to mitigate every threat coming from the Lamin team. But on this occasion, it has been yet again a very, very great build-up, at the right side of the pitch, at the right side of the pitch, and a great ball into the area, and a very, very great tap to land at the back of the net. It's Jamon, Lamin 1, and then Tujereng now have a very big task, to respond in order to force this game into a replay. Lama.
Thank you very much, Sexidat Kujabi. Abubakar Kujabi, the super sub, scored the only goal so far. He came on as a substitute and delivered for Lamin. And Lamin on the driving seat, leading by a goal to nil at the Box Bar Mini Stadium. And the supporters of Lamin can't just believe this. They can't just believe what their eyes is currently giving them at the Box Bar Mini Stadium. It's a total on the far side. Of course, Lamin will now use every opportunity to defend this. If they can't get the second goal, they will definitely hope to defend this 1-0 advantage at the Box Bar Mini Stadium. Currently, the score is in their favor, and the supporters of Lamin are definitely on top of their voices, Kemo Kanye. And it was the goal of the super sub that is currently the difference at the Box Bar.
Yes, the newly introduced Farmer Giba had done the right for the Lamin faithfuls here. He was just introduced, one would say, about his first or second touch, and then he got his side to the lead here. This is what you call a super sub, and also when he was introduced, Abubakar Kujabi rather, when he was introduced, he put his side into the lead here, and then it is his lone goal that is that his side is currently leading here by that particular score line that would have been another goal for Lamin that would have put the game almost to a bed for the Tujereng base side, but the Tujereng zonal side. And then the game continues here. Lamin currently on the verge of celebrating the West Coast Zonal Championship. So let's see whether they will be able to stay under this lead here and then eventually announce themselves as the winners for for the West Coast Championship.
Thank you very much, Kemo Kanye. Time. Might not be in favor of Tujereng, but they still have time to score. And you could remember the team got the equalizer late against Gunjur in the first game before pushing the game to post-match, before pushing the game to a replay. Lively and entertaining from the Box Bar Mini Stadium. Tujereng 0, Lamin 0 is the current score in case you're just joining us. Super sub Abubakar Kujabi scored the only goal, and his goal is the current difference between Tujereng and Lamin. Currently, it is a triple substitution for Tujereng. They have to use every opportunity to at least have an equalizer, possibly have the chance of pushing this game to a post-match or a replay. Currently, it is Tujereng who trail by a goal to nil against the boys who are dressed in white and red shorts and white socks under the guidance of Suleiman Baji and Alasan Kasama and Omar Jabang and Usman Marina on the technical area for Tujereng, and already Sexidat Kujabi. Tujereng are currently having one ambition that is to get an equalizer or possibly have the chance of winning it in regulation. Currently, they are working on a triple substitution currently.
Indeed, the Gaffer must definitely respond to produce something miracle and something magical, to give the Tujereng faithful any hopes of, forcing this game into a replay or eventually coming from behind, to pull the unthinkable. That is, coming from behind, to snatch, the maximum 3 point and eventually being crowned as the champions in their maiden, season. For that being the case, the Gaffer responded with a triple substitution. It could be recalled in the game that was against Gunjur in the first semi-final that was then forced to a rematch, Tujereng were a goal down, and then the coach did something magical from the bench, and he went on to force the game to a rematch, and then eventually Tujereng navigated their path to the final, and still we have a couple of minutes counting, and then Tujereng could definitely, they have a team to come from behind to force these affairs to a rematch. As we are told, there wouldn't be a post-match penalty shootout if the game ended, a draw game, and then that's the more reason why we have seen a triple substitution in their quest to get something out of from this game. And so far, the response coming from the substitute have been, drastical, and then the impact on the game, we have seen, now Tujereng are trying to force, the game onto Lamin, since Lamin have scored from that goal. Now it's Tujereng who are making the assault, and Lamin are trying to hold on.
Thank you very much, Sidat Kujabi. And already is another attack from Lamin. And Abubakar Kujabi, who came on as a substitute, has announced his name on the score sheet for the boys dressed in red and white. Lamin on the driving seat, having their noses in front, courtesy of Super Sub Abubakar Kujabi, the center forward and number 9. It is Tujereng who trailed by a goal to nil and has already effected triple substitution, bringing on Seni Dabo, Njara Nyabali and Lamin Bayo. Lamin once again, another opportunity for the boys in red and white. They've had a fantastic second half, struggled in the first half when we had a first half of all Tujereng, and in the second half Lamin picked it. This is Tujereng now. Can they get a leveler around the edge of the 18? The central defender now serving as an offensive player wrestled, and you could hear the cheers and claps coming from the faithfuls of Lamin. I am definitely loving the atmosphere at the Boxbar Mini Stadium. It is definitely electric here. The supporters of Tujereng and the supporters of Lamin are definitely on top of their voices, but the goal from Abubakar Kujabi has seemingly silenced the traveling set of supporters from Tujereng.
But this is the theater of entertainment, the absolute home of football, the ground that never disappoints. And like you said earlier, both sets of fans base have been, very, very exceptional, keeping it electric on the stands, throughout the course of the game. Despite the fact that Lamin are leading, we are still seeing, Tujereng, fans trying to craft their way back, trying to push their team, trying to push their zone in order to impact that energy on the stands in order to get something, on the pitch. And Lamin fans are waving on the opposite end in their all red and white, keeping it very, very electric. But, this competition is always full of excitement, entertainment, and memories, to carry. And yet again, another great memory, another great story to write as Abubakar, came from the bench, couple of minutes since his injection into the game. He has become, the most important player for this Lamin zone. And, still, since then, he has kept the Tujereng defensive organization very, very busy, in trying to mitigate his threat, coming into the game. And the team captain, who done the number 5, have been, the catalyst for this Lamin team, trying to, be involved in every build-up, taking progression forward. And Abubakar pulled something, audacious on that occasion. But a great block, coming from the Lamin team, who have been very aware.
Is that going to be an equalizer for Tujereng around the edge of the 18? Fantastic defensive work. Claps from the supporters of Lamin, who are definitely in love with that defensive option. Musa Bojang, team captain. And that's a foul. And Marena will receive a yellow card. Musa Marena will receive a yellow after that tackle on the team captain Musa Bojang, who is currently down injured for Lamin. And the supporters of Lamin are definitely loving it, while the Tujereng set of supporters are still pushing for an equalizer. Can Tujereng pull an equalizer from the Box Bar Mini Stadium? Remains their biggest ambition. Currently player down, and the moment is also serving as a cooling break. And we have already played 38 minutes unofficial in the second half. We have over 7 minutes of normal time, and what is expected to be added on for Tujereng to find an equalizer, or else the trophy will be heading to Lamin.
Yes, very well, Tujereng. The technical benches and every other player knows that the time is not in their favor. They must score within these 2 minutes here, plus any other time that will be added here by the officials of the game. And then otherwise, they will be losing this final to their opponents, one who say a more senior team to them in this particular tournament here, that is Lamin side. So let's see what happens here, whether Lamin can keep on this particular scoreline and then go home with the trophy, or are we going to see Tujereng yet again pulling a surprise in the dead end here, as we have seen them done in a game, in the first semi-final game that was played between them and their opponents, Buildup.
It's a strike, and this time it's a side netting from Lamin Bayo. Lamin Bayo, the substitute. Lamin on the driving seat. Tujereng walking off their socks for an equalizer. Lamin wouldn't be in any hurry, as the score is currently in their favor. The winner of this final will be going home with a giant trophy, gold medals, and of course a whooping $175,000 cash prize, while the runner-up will pocket home a consolation fee of $125,000 cash, and of course silver medals. And we will definitely have a trophy for the winner, a trophy for the best fan club, and also a trophy for the most disciplined zone. Who is going to win it remains to be seen. But currently Lamin on the driving seat, leading by a goal to nil. Any moment they're going to introduce Musa Marena penalized once again. Marena seems to be furious in that instance. Lamin currently working on another substitution, another double substitution. And in case you're just joining us, you are reminded that it is all coming to you live from the Box Bar. Live from the Box Bar Mini Stadium. Probably the prayers from the organizing committee might be, let's get to a replay. But of course the supporters will be saying, let's get it done, so that we can solely get it done at the Box Bar Mini Stadium between Lamin and Tujereng. Currently, as things stands, it's going to be over in regulation, unless we have a goal coming from Tujereng before the end of this contest. And currently Tujereng walking off their socks, hoping to secure a late equalizer. Njara Nyabali, who is another experienced central defender. Lali Kande has been one of the longest serving players for this Lamin zonal team. I could remember seeing him playing in most of the past editions. Lali Kande, one of the central defenders for Lamin. And Lamin on the driving seat. Musa Bojang is coming off team captain. He had a fantastic game though. And you could hear applause, a standing ovation from the team captain, from the supporters, of course, of Lamin. He has had a fantastic game since that.
Yeah, indeed, Pa, a great lad, a great player. He has contributed immensely towards the success of Lamin. And then, being substituted at the 9 minutes of the game, I believe it is going to be. And also Abubakar Sarr, he has been one of the star players for Lamin during the course of the competition. So seeing them, the gaffer opted to substitute them because this is a final. He knows he's already have a goal and got few minutes, to get the job done. He doesn't need a star player. He doesn't need a player who is more creative, but a player who is going to be more combative, hardworking, do the job behind the ball, give that adequate security in trying to make sure, protect the goal margin. And I believe that is the main reason why we have seen our substitution in trying to protect what they have going into the final minutes of the game.
Zashirat Kujabi earlier on Kemo Kanye. Interesting final half at the Box Bar Mini Stadium. Lali Kande. The captain armband is now being handed to Lali Kande. Just as I was saying earlier, he's one of the longest serving players for this Lamin Zonal team. And Lali Kande is the central defender. And of course with Medina United, I stand to be corrected. Anyway, on the far side, Tujereng will have the opportunity, desperately in need of an equalizer. The supporters of Lamin are currently anxiously waiting for the final whistle. Look at the celebration at the Bel Aqua Pavilion, at the section of the Bel Aqua. Oh, this time around, Mohamed Jatta with a glancing header, but he could not divert that into a goal. Came off fantastic, but unfortunately, Mohamed Jatta could not divert.
Yeah, that should have been the leveler for the Tujereng side, but Mohamed, unfortunately, Jatta could not place the ball well for his side to get themselves to a leveler in the game. So it still remains 1-0 in favor of Lamin here. And then, so let's see what the final moments of this particular, fixture will dictate here. Are we going to finally see Lamin going home, being crowned as the champions of West Coast Championship Zonal, or are we going to see the Tujereng side, coming from behind here and then putting themselves to a level?
An opportunity for Lamin. Can they add up the advantage around the edge of the 18? This time around, Lamin strike comes in. Fantastic defensive work. It's still Lamin. Can they still produce something audacious here? Great on! Lamin now! Another fantastic strike straight into the gloves of the goalkeeper, Lali Kande. Sesirat Kujabi. Fantastic game, fantastic second half for Lamin. And already Tujereng on the attack once again on the far side.
It has been a very end-to-end game in the second 45 minutes. We have seen Lamin taking the game onto, this Tujereng team, trying to pose a series of questions, times and numbers, and eventually, they have rest, they have pulled one important goal, and now they have work to do in trying to protect that goal margin. And we have seen Tujereng trying to come back into game, to produce something magical, trying to force this game into a rematch. But then Lamin are holding on, and you can see the netminder will not be in a hurry on that occasion. Amazing save, on that occasion, and he would definitely buy a couple of seconds in trying to make sure, he give, his teammates moments to take a big deep breath, ease out pressure, and then focus on doing the job. So far, great game. Great game so far, and amazing input coming from both gaffers from the opposite technical dugout, and we have seen great energy, great atmosphere, coming from both designated areas of the stands, where you have Lamin fans base and then Tujereng fans base, going wild, they roar, they boost, they cheer up, and they keep it gingering and electric on the stand, and add more life and more color into this game. It's a remarkable game, a remarkable final, and with all the ingredients to call it a very successful and a memorable final for those who witness it and those who will come later, for them to hear the story being narrated. LSTV is here to keep memories of every action, every event, for those who will come in generation later, to ask questions. How was it all started? How did it all went? Who were the heroes at the 5th edition? And LSTV is here to do that job for every generation.
Time running out for Tujereng. Can they get a last-minute equalizer? Are we going to have a late-minute equalizer from Tujereng? Or is still going to be Lamin to still hang on to the 1-0 advantage? From the Box Bar Mini Stadium, KMO time definitely edging closer. And any moment from now, the central referee might end the proceedings, which will definitely go in favor of Lamin, who are leading by a goal to nil against Tujereng.
Yes, very well. Certainly, Lamin left with a minimal, a very minimal means here now to celebrate a victory here and then be crowned champions of West Coast Championship Zonal. So, but let's see first what Tujereng rather will do with this particular set piece that they currently have in the half of Lamin here. But the game is growing more difficult for the Tujereng side because they are currently down, trailing by a lone goal 2-0, and then it is becoming very difficult for them because Lamin knows that a few minutes ago, I mean, the final 3 minutes from the officials that was added here was raised, and then they will need to fight very well to stay onto the lead and then be crowned champions here, while Tujereng must score.
Lamin Bayo is a dead ball specialist. He's a dead ball specialist, Lamin Bayo. Fantastic dead ball specialist. I've been seeing something of this in the Kombosa district tournament for Tujereng, and he is currently behind the ball currently for Tujereng. Can he produce a miraculous equalizer for Tujereng here? Lamin Bayo. The supporters of Tujereng will now rely on Bayo to push this game to a replay. Lamin Bayo, strike comes in, tipped over the crossbar by the netminder Karunka Suso.
That was a very well taken free kick. Equally, a very spectacular save coming from the Lamin netminder.
It's a corner and one of the final corners, if not the final corner of this contest. And Sarani Jame has also joined the fray around the area. Thumping header, never troubled the custodian. Time and time. Probably this might be one of, if not the final action. And you could hear the claps and cheers coming from the section of the supporters from Lamin as they anxiously wait for the central referee's final whistle. And the central referee Jibusar any moment from now will end the proceedings from the Boxbar Mini Stadium. And the trophy is almost heading to Lamin. And that's the final question. And Lamin are the champions of the 2025-26 West Coast Zonal. And of course, says that Kujabi, it is all over. Fantastic journey for Tujereng, but what a journey for Lamin after clinching the 2025-26 edition of the West Coast Zonal Championship.
Indeed, they have a very great story, to tell. They have been, one of the most exciting teams, we have witnessed in this competition. In their maiden season, they have put in a very great record in this competition, coming this far to the final and losing it to, Lamin, who have been, very consistent, almost 5 years into the competition, surging and eventually, this year they are here eventually this year they are here at the final, and you can see, the wait is over for Lamin as they are finally been crowned as the champions of the 5th edition of this competition. And every fan, every faithful, every well-wisher of Lamin is very delighted for the remarkable performance they have put in this endeavor of eventually clinching it and going down in the history book of West Coast as one of those teams who have eventually clinched it. A great final on a New Year's date here at the home of football, the theater of entertainment.
Thank you very much, Silat Kujabi. Earlier on Kemo Kanyim. And of course, we almost came to the tail end of the proceedings at the Boxbar Mini Stadium. And now it is presentations. And confirmed, Lamin champions of the 2025-26 edition after getting the better of Tujereng by a goal to nil at the Boxbar Mini Stadium. And Lamin will be walking away with a whooping $175,000 each, whilst Tujereng will pocket home a consolation fee of $125. Until then, it has been Parliament for the Sestidat Kujabi, Kemo Kanye, and now we will hand over the proceedings to the team of West Coast Zonal Media Team for the presentation and presentation of the awards at the Boxbar Mini Stadium.
No, I don't think that's an offside, but you know, as referee decision, you have nothing to do. But if you look at the game, the boy was running from the back. He ran at the back of the defender, so I don't see it has an offside. That also has an impact in the game because if you have scored that goal, it will be a different game.
At the height of the game, many believe that you have a better side than Lamin, but you lost this game.
Yeah, football is ever like that. Sometimes you can come with the best, but at the same time you lose the game because sometimes one big mistake can lead to a win. So I think that cost us. Our big mistake cost us. Thank you.
Okay.
Itu di mana?
Suleiman.
Suleiman.
Sanya. Suleiman M. Sanya, ya.
Masana tamit 3 minutes la please.
Okay. Okay, coach.
Suleiman M. Sanya.
Suleiman, congratulations.
Thank you.
Against Tujereng. How do you feel?
I'm feeling so happy, feeling so great for this, coming to have this victory. So Alhamdulillah for that.
The first half was not that good for was Tujereng that was all on you. But coming to second half, there was some bit of changes and they managed to score.
Yes, the first half was not good. When we are in the dressing room, that's where we rectify our mistakes, and then the moments they don't have, that's what we capitalize in the second half. So that's what brought up the win.
Let's look at the overall performance of Lamin this season. They have been up there, beating the win all games under your leadership. Well, what do you think worked well for you?
It's because of the hard work, and then the good, the players I have, the material I have, the people I have behind me really counts a lot. So that's why, we are here today. Because without them, we can't be here. Without the readiness, we can't be here. Without the motivation, we can't be here. So all those things, when you combine together, we haven't lacked any. So with all those things, that's what brought us here.
It seems like you are so emotional right now.
This was last year. I took over. We were, hungry to have it last year, but it could not. And then this year again. So we put to the players that last year we stopped at this level. So this year we have to be in the final. So being in the final, so now what next is to grab the trophy. So Alhamdulillah, we get it. All the town, all the people of Lamin are happy. And then this is what we wanted to see. This is the joy we wanted to see from people. From different, area, from different teams. So bringing these people together to have something great for all of us is something great for me. Thank you.
Are you set for it? For the purpose of record, what are your names, sir? Alakoya, the president of West Coast Regional Football Association. Thank you. Suppose everything ended here. Of course, the West Coast Zonal tapped up just now. Football. Tell us, how will you sum up the entire season?
Thank you very much. I am very grateful today. Today happened to be a final between Lamin and Tujereng for West Coast Zonal. And really, anybody who is at the ground here can attest that definitely there is a high competition. People have turned out in large numbers. So really, it's really amazing. I am very much grateful today to thank the people of West Coast region of their turn up in these large numbers. And if you look at also from the fans, you can demonstrate that West Coast is very peaceful. Everybody is celebrating. Everybody knows they are all winners. Tujereng is a winner, Lamin is a winner. There's no loser. They have really demonstrated that today. So actually, for me, I am very much glad. I'm just celebrating and saying thank you to the people of West Coast region for making us remembering our definitely every year we should come back again to organize this competition. Really, it's really amazing, really amazing.
At some point, many thought this particular tournament was not proceeding when the issue between Sanya and Kunjur came up. What really worked to ensure that we reach here today?
Into football, that will not take you as a surprise. Football is that's part of football. If you want to enjoy football, there will be little noise along the way. That's where you enjoy football. Because football is all about ambience. So really, not that small noise, definitely as far as I'm concerned as a leader, we will address the books we have, that's the rules and regulations. At any point in time, you are always protected. So for me, I know definitely one day we'll be here. We are here.
Now, what is the committee doing to ensure that such thing stops? Because it doesn't seem to work in terms of football. When you look at the rules, all the team is there, the entire teams are there, and then some players will hang out and say that, okay, if the other team did not play their number 11 player, we are not getting in. But are you able to ensure that such things don't repeat next season?
In West Coast region, that will never happen again. Because you have had the measures they have taken. There are teams who have fined $15,000 and there are points who are forfeited. Those are before the team. You have to take measures. In any competition, there are documents governing that competition. At any point in time, you are safe. At the West Coast, we are there. We will always be there because we are always believe in teamwork. Others follows. That's our trend and that's our slogan, and the numbers is our pride as a region.
Now, a lot of things have been going. If you look at the field, the entire tournament itself, there are some sponsors, and then money has been earned. What is the regional committee going to do?
Yeah, based on the sponsorship we gather from the Brikama Area Council, this really motivates the committee to change the narrative of changing the league price. Last time we were paying 100,000 and 80,000, but this year we are moving from 100 to 175,000, and the runner from 80 to $125,000. That alone, I believe, is a motivation. We have changed the narrative, and also immediately after the final, the executive is going to have a meeting to see how much we gathered at the end of the day, and how much support we plow back to our various zones. This will happen very soon, in next 2 months, inshallah, God willing. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, you're welcome, You're welcome. Sure.
If you're happy and you know your friends, if you're happy and you know your friends, if you're happy and you know, do you really want to know? If you're happy, want to know? Sing out, sing out! If your boyfriend is a liar, clap your hands. If you're a liar, clap your hands. You get it, 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 Lamin, you get it, Lamin, you get it, Lamin, you get it, Lamin, you get it, Lamin.
For the exception of the national journals.
Today, Tujereng would have been winners, but nonetheless, we'll be also giving the man of Anna. In the list of the dignitaries who will be on the podium, we have Mr. Sekou Sanyang, the chairman of the West Coast Region Sport Committee. We have Mr. Kemo Sise, should I say the ex-financial director of Gambia Football Federation, a long time serving member of our football federation. We have Mr. Ansman Sane, the president of the Lower River Region Football Association. We have Usman Keta. We have Sarani Jambe. We have
been doing for the past years, and of course we are happy that this is another this medium or this become West Coast Region have been yearning for sponsorship. In fact, there was an instant, Peter Gomez, one of our interview told me, you have a very big area, it's too big, still you are suffering for sponsors. Why? He told me now we have a slogan, invest in West Coast Region or you get out. Well, I thought it was, but when Honorable Yankuba Dabo, the chairman and the guest team, if people don't come to our end, why can't we come? And here, chairman, thank you very much for your intervention and your council. Clap for them. We're so happy. Well, before we will go straight to the presentation, and if the officers are ready, the first presentation is going to be the check Association of the Gambia, we're happy. And I will say we are so happy to all the media houses, our media page, you guys are there. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Simon. Before story there, medals will be the referee panel of the big. Congratulations, the officials, what a performance. They have a good one. Fantastic game. Jara the PRA. Right in here, yes, let's do it. You can say behind the chairman, Honorable Yankuba Dabo will do all the presentations. Thank you very much. Followed there by the West Coast Region Zonal Championship and West Coast Regional Football Championship. We have our LRR Regional. Thank you so much. That's referee panel. This time we have Jibusar as the referee of the day, Bekai Bojan. The first as the assistant referee, we have Jari Silla, the second assistant, and we have Hassan Jadu as the fourth official. Assessor was Yusuf Jata, High Commissioner Amadou Demba. Thank you very much, Kevin. Thank you. Of course, and that's the officials of the day being presented. Well, fantastic lineup here. Let's big sound. We have our own honorable, right honorable. Aladi Marantege, Subando. What lost? Another double minute sample. First, we go with the man of the match of the day for the individual awards. And the man of the match will go to no other passes but the goal scorer. Abubakar Kujabi of Lamin. Abubakar Kujabi of Lamin. Sekou Sanal, the chairman of the West Coast Sport Committee. The one who administers sport in the West Coast will be voted to award the man of the match for this final. A round of applause for Abubakar Kujabi. Abubakar, can you please make it a little bit? Lamin, can we have Lamin here, please? Abubakar is coming. Abubakar, quick a little bit, please. Can we have the entire Lamin TV up? Tujereng success. Alright, he have been outstanding scoring goals, even though he's not a striker anyway. Well, and Victor Samu, or they call him Victor Father Samu, is going to award that. Thank you very much, Victor. He's a fullback, but scored a lot of goals. Very agile. Thank you so much, Victor. Thank you very much. Thank you, Lamin Fadera. And thank you, Lamin. Thank you so much, Lamin. And let me say next will be, for me, one of the best awards a zone will win. And that is the most disciplined zone award. And this award will go to Tujereng Zone. Tujereng Zone. Let's go up for Tujereng. Let's go up for Tujereng. They are the most disciplined zone. And Mr. Ansumana Sane, the president of the LRRFA, who award that the most significant fans club go to Tujereng fans club. Zone, I beg your pardon, zone. And that's a trophy, Kenny. Wow. Tujereng zone are the most disciplined zone. And of course, our very own LRR chair is going to award that. Thank you very much. And thank you also to Honorable Tumani Sane for coming. I know he's a native of Lamin, even though that he's from Foni, representing. Tujereng are the most disciplined zone, and they are the chairman of the zone and then also the goalkeeper all joining. I think this is a very, very, very good one. Thank you very much, Tujereng. And next big Sam will be the top scorer. The top scorer of the tournament. And this one too will go to Mr. Lamin Fadera. Lamin Fadera, the top scorer of the tournament. And he's going to strike our forward. The one awarding the top scorer is Mr. Usman Keda. Mr. Usman Keda is going to award the top scorer. And that is problem. So more Lamin. Thank you, brother. Lamin is the president CRR, of course. Thank you very much, Lamin. Thank you. And next, we have the best goalkeeper of the tournament. The best goalkeeper of the tournament, and the award is going to be given by the captain of Tujereng, Serani Jame, and Alaji Maron is going to award that. Alaji Maron is going to award that. Tujereng, the captain for Tujereng. Alaji Maron Dege. This Serani only conceded 2 goals. First, it was the first final where they conceded when they were and today that's all important goal that give Lamin the trophy. A young goalkeeper, he has been outstanding throughout. Congratulations. The captain and also the goalkeeper trainer of the national team, Mr. Alajimaro will tell you that he has all the qualities of a goalkeeper, all the best goalkeepers in this country. As himself is a legend. Maron, thank you very much. Thank you very much, goalkeeper. And next, the best coach. The best coach will go to the winner. That is Chairman Emsana of Lamin. And he came a former coach for the Israel team and twice winner. Thank you. Thank you very much. For this zone, and remember Big Sam, he has done it for winning it for Foley back to back, twice in a row. And he's awarding the Suleiman Province in the semi-final that you very much. It has been a day for Comoran versus Comosan. But Lamin with their experience, remember they are also twice winners of the national zonals. And in their first appearance in the final, they are also winners thanks to the guardians of Suleiman M. Sanyam. Thank you very much. So best score goes to Lamin. And of course, the guy, Ngabulo Kosai. Catch you, give it a applause. SMS. Thank you very much. Best coach, awarding the best coach. Thank you so much. That's all about the West Coast. West Coast is the KB. Let's move on. KB, let's move on. And next this time will be the goal of the tournament. The goal of the tournament. And the goal of the tournament is scored by Mr. Marina of Tujereng. Against Comoran zone in the quarterfinal. What a delta he scored. And the General Secretary of the Gambia Football Federation, Mr. Lamin M. Jazi. The goal of the tournament goes to Tujereng and GS. Mr. He scored a delta here in the quarters. Wow. Against Comoran zone. And that was a remarkable one. Was it a Marina, right? Yes. Thank you, Marina. Mr. Marina. Musa, thank you very much. And Musa, you can send me. And GS, thank you so much.
Just tell us, you matter you talk. You move forward. You zoom like you have to tend to. I think I'm more common. What are the ni binaka ifindi, ni betenga ifindi. Yet you sweep like you. I did I have go better. You come more ni for go jama pa bezu. More buka penkoros.
Tujereng first scored. Wow. I mean, KB, I think they don't even feel the defeat right now. Remember, they are coming for the first time and winning all this award, including the most disciplined zone. Oh my. Tujereng. And now, Busan, yes, now we are going to the ceremony, deep inside the ceremony, and we will love if Lamin can give another photo. is not on our side. Darkness is creeping in. Can we please? We'll have Mr. Bakari Bojang, the president of West Coast Junior Football Association. Okay, Big Sam, the CEO, who people as the General Secretary of the Gambia Football Federation, will be the one to give out the medals for the top. Yes, and they start coming already. And this is a big day for Tujereng. Remember, our feet as some of these zones as Brikama. For 5 years they have been playing without winning. For Lamin, they played for 4 years before we win the 5th edition. Thank you. As good as we do, they only won it once. So together, there is no same coming as runners up in your 4th edition, especially in the manner and how they did it. It's remarkable. And they kind of won all the accolades here today. Almost all the accolades. Thank you so much. Once again, give it for Tujereng. Clap for Tujereng. You also have one love with the Gambian flag. Said yes. Stand for the entire country. Thank you. Thank you, one love. God bless you. And of course, it is the 5th edition of the West Coast Region Zonal Championship. We come to end today, Thursday, 1st of January 2026. And Lamin have written their name in the history book. They are the champions. And for the first time in the competition, the debutant Tujereng became the runners-up. What a remarkable performance. And of course, they were given a lot of accolades in the, of course, the presentation. Thank you so much. Fantastic play. And Big Sam, congratulations also for this security. They make sure that only the designated members are here and they are here. And the media or every platform we use, I can honestly and proudly say the media team did a remarkable job. You should be proud for yourself. Yeah, from the West Coast media team to all the media houses. The media team cannot do it alone without the collaboration of our colleagues. Thank you. And the amount for the up is a whopping $125. Thank you, Big Sam. Thank you very much, Brikama. Thanks to honorable chairman Akwa. Dabo, the right chairman. We are the biggest region, with the biggest population. West Coast is the best one in the world, not even in the Gambia. Congratulations, give me the chairman. Thank you very much, chairman. The work speaks for itself. The West Coast is the best coast. They say good work speaks for itself. So now, yes, as Tujereng have the guard of honor for, yes. Yeah, can Tujereng come now? Kevin, don't steal, job red. And now, we have the Lamin Zonal team headed by the head coach and the best coach. Thank you very much. 2025. Obviously, no doubt about that. And I'm congratulating for the star man, for the entertainment and everything, the drumming. It has been remarkable. The gold medal being presented by Honorable Yankuba Dabo, the right chairman, of course, Brikama area country. We are so proud. And don't forget also, we have about 4 years partnership running with Child Fund the Gambia. Child Fund, thank you so much. Samba Bat and all the entourage, thank you very much for accompanying the Brikama or West Coast Region Zonal Championship for 4 or 5 years in a row. Thank you, Child Fund. Remember, child fund they have been doing for ages, we know how good they are. Yeah. With education, with everything, especially education, but also the vulnerable family. They are helping. Thank you. Thank you, child fund, and make sure that we have the check before giving out trophy. Take care. This time, remember, this is West Coast, the best coast. Yeah. And I have this full honor to announce that all the trophies, if we need to win the trophies, we'll be with the winners forever. Yeah. So you only take it home and put it in your archives. You don't have to bring the trophies back. Don't bring it back. We don't want to stay. We want to see it in your trophy cabinet to know. Big Sam, yes, Big Sam. Remember, for the safety of everything. In the midst of everything, we have the medics. They have been tirelessly working, crisscrossing all the venues to make sure that they have the right qualified personnel, professionals to deal with all the first aids. Thank you very much, the medics. We are proud of you. And of course, the best football. Yes, we would like to extend our singular appreciation to the Sports Journalists Association of the Gambia. Thank you very much. Today we have our Assistant Secretary General, Lamin Del Fadera. Thank you very much. Though we are all part, but we have to give you that too. Big Sam! Yes, and yeah! History is for the first time ever! Yes! 175,000! Photographers, can you get a good one here? Where's the $175,000 seat for the winner? And the giant trophy. What a day! What a day! Congratulations to Lamin, January 1st, 2026. Thanks to all the journalists, the media house, of course, Gambia's very own #1 TV station, Blessed TV1. Thank you very much. And we please this level celebrate their trophy. Yes. Thank you very much. Congratulations, Lamin Show. Thank you very much. Celebration, romance to the world. Thank you, Usman. Thank you, Pafati. Thanks to all the media houses present here. The media campaign, the West Coast media team. And thank you so much. PWs, Lamin TV, stay for the bigger. I thank you, thank you, Big Sam. Without you, the media team, we are found with the Lamin show. Thank you. You know what it is. Same show. I'll take it all, Big Sam. And Lamin are champions at last. And SMS now.